Very good morning, all of you, and I hope everyone is on full swing with their prep for the exam. I am here for your direct tax question. I'm Siridma Bhatia, and today we'll be talking about all the direct tax query related to the topic basic concept. So, all in all, if you want to ask anything regarding assessees, agricultural income, tax rates, then you have unexplained credits or income not taxable in the assessment year but the previous year itself. So all those topics we'll be doing up today. Please come up with all your queries and try to make this session as interactive as possible. Happy morning, everyone. I hope I'm audible to all. And I hope you're practicing. See, one very, very important part in direct tax is that you should know how to calculate tax. It will only get more and more better with practice because there are so many combinations, so many things which you have to see, special rate, normal rates, then obviously the types of schemes a person is under. So please try to be uh, very handy with all your practice. Don't do any calculation in Hawa mein. Just do it with all calculator, proper notes, everything. Okay. I'm sharing the chapter. If you have any respective doubt, please feel free to ask. Else, I'll take up some questions. I'll take some queries. Daily Zoom meeting will be there for all subjects. Yes, I believe so. Yes. See, even ICAI is reforming as per your demand. They're also making up the changes every day as per what you people feel more comfortable on. So please make use of all these opportunities. Guys, question, come on, please. Okay, so there are questions on the chat box and there are questions on here also. So one is, can you please explain agricultural income? Okay. Good morning, Mahesh. Okay. So let's start. Can you please explain surcharge above 2 crores? Okay, surcharge. We'll take all the example. Don't worry. Shank. Once. Everyone, focus, please. So let's start with the discussion on the concept of agricultural income. How many of you actually understand what agricultural income is basically and why it is not taxable? As you have to make it participative, please. How many of you understand the concept of agricultural income, guys? Amazing. Very good. Come with your answers. Agricultural income is exempt, Priyanka, absolutely. What else? Yeah, I believe this is a first class and income from agriculture. Very nice. Ansari. So Karthik says, ma'am, recording video lectures are uploading delay by 1 day, which makes previous recorded lecture at the same day makes possible to inform. So I will pass this query, Karthik. Definitely don't worry. They will make sure that recorded lectures are uploaded earlier. Either by doing agriculture or renting agriculture land and earning from that. Very good, Nandini. Very good. Agriculture is basic of our living, so government exempted that. Very nice. See, exactly. Agricultural income you got, everyone get is received via agriculture activities, poultry, dairy, and any other. Rituraj, यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा confusion I will take it off. Soumya says because it is the backbone of Indian. This is very true. Agricultural income ka concept is there, and by the constitution, the central government cannot import the tax on agricultural income, but there is an aspect, and that's why agricultural income becomes exempt. Now, since it is exempt, it becomes very likely that people will misuse it. So you have to understand the definition of agricultural income very carefully, and the definition, as always, is given under section 2 clause 1A of the Income Tax Act. Definition उसमें दिया हुआ है. Definition किसका दिया हुआ है? The definition has been given for agricultural income, not the agriculture. The definition is given for the agricultural income, not the agriculture. But ma'am, what actually is agricultural income? That agricultural income not only constitute one part, it is three parts in all. It contains actually three parts. One is that agricultural income would be an income in the form of rent or revenue derived from the land situated in India used for the agriculture purpose. Now, when I say agriculture purpose, anyone will have an image of having uh, a proper agriculture process like putting the seeds, making it plowing, growing, etc. All those are the agriculture purpose things. So if you're letting out an agricultural land for filmmaking purpose, then it will not be an agricultural income. Just because it is coming from a land does not make it an agricultural income. Important part is that land should be used for agriculture purpose, and usse jo rent aega, that is an agricultural income. Number one, this is one aspect of agricultural income. Number two, it says any income derived from such land by agriculture. Now, when I say any income derived from such land by agriculture, I mean by doing certain activities on it, by doing basic operations and subsequent operations. अब basic and subsequent operations क्या है मैम? Basic operations हो गए जैसे you have to basically plow the land, put in the seeds. वो सब basic operations हो गए जहाँ पे आप land preparation करते हो so that the seeds come in and the फसल comes in. And subsequent operations हो गए once the sprout comes, उसको अच्छे से maintain करना, make sure that it is not infected, and all those operations that are called subsequent operations. So basic agriculture activities say if an income is derived, that is called your income derived from agriculture. उसके अलावा making it उसके अलावा adding certain processes so that it can be rendered fit for the market. It can be rendered fit for the market. अब वो processes which are just basic process, like packing it in gunny bags, making sure that all the small part of the dirty grain is out. All those processes are called the basic process. उसको हम law की भाषा में कहते हैं process ordinarily employed by a cultivator. यानी कोई manufacturing process नहीं, but एक basic process so that you can take that grains which have been grown, put it in a bag, make it a market sellable commodity. हाँ, अगर आप उसको grain को उठा के एक ऐसे suppose राइस की बात है, राइस ग्रो किया, ठीक है, राइस पैडी से ग्रो करता है, उसको एक बेसिक कंडीशन में लाके ड्राई आउट करके if you're selling it out, that is called process ordinary employed for making it fit to the market. उससे जो इनकम आएगा that is definitely agriculture income. But now rice को categorization करके you wanted to make it high class basmati and stuff, those are not process ordinary employed. उसको marketing and manufacturing related process बोलते हैं. उससे जो इनकम आएगा that would not be fully agricultural income. That would not be fully agricultural income. सिमिलरली पोटेटोज को ग्रो करना इज एग्रीकल्चर इनकम, उसको बेचना, बट अब उस पोटेटो का चिप्स बना के बेचो, that will not be agricultural income. So agricultural income would basically be an income coming from agriculture process plus any ordinary process required to make it fit to the market. उसके अलावा if any process is going on, that would not become part of your agricultural income. And उसके बाद जो भी सेल से जो एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस को सेल करके जो भी मनी आता है, that is also agricultural income. And lastly, agricultural income means income derived from any farm building required for agriculture income. Farm building क्या होता है? Farm building is basically a sort of a building or a structure which is in the immediate vicinity of the agriculture land and is used for the purpose of storehouse, dwelling house, etc. तो उससे कुछ income आता है, that is basically your agricultural income. इसके अलावा guys कोई और इनकम है अगर आपको लगता है कि it is just because the term agriculture is into it, you will not classify it as an agricultural income. One of my friend here said, ma'am, poultry is not agricultural income. Why it is important? There should be certain degree of basic operations which you do so that it qualify agriculture income. अब कल को the trees which are growing in forest, they are growing automatically. आप उसमें कोई operations नहीं कर रहे हो so that they grow. They will grow otherwise also, right? आप उसको बेच के, the wood को बेच के, if you're getting any income, you'll not say it's agricultural income just because it is coming from a land. No, you have to put a certain degree of operations so and necessarily basic and subsequent so that you can say that agriculture process has happened on it. Okay. Similarly, poultry will not be your agriculture income because nothing is coming from land. Horticulture, जैसे growing of flowers, उससे जो आएगा that is definitely an agricultural income. Nursery के लिए there is a specific explanation that would always be your agricultural income. Got it? ठीक है, so ये सबको मिला के आपका एग्रीकल्चर इनकम बनता है. इसके अलावा कुछ भी होगा दैट वुड नॉट बी एग्रीकल्चर इनकम. एट योर केस अ केस स्टडी टाइप क्वेश्चन कैन कम इफ समथिंग इज कमिंग फ्रॉम, let's take from here. The question something related to if practical question नहीं आता, something related to this can come from here. Please make sure that you read your study material properly. Like a rural society has its principal business of selling on behalf of the member societies butter made by these societies from cream sold to them by farmers. The making of butter was a factory process. So since there was no direct connection with land, they did not make it an agricultural income. Similarly, just because you're getting dividend from a company which is involved into an agricultural activity, you cannot say that dividend is an agricultural income. So any income which is coming from either as a rent from a land जिसपे agriculture operations होते हैं or from a farm building या from a process of agriculture or basic and subsequent operations or a general ordinary process employed to make it fit to the market. ये line लिखना guys, ऐसे नहीं कि basic process, a process ordinary employed to make it fit to the market. Until and unless इससे कुछ आ रहा है, it will not be an agriculture income. Okay. So one, there's a question. See, revenue received from an agricultural land, basically rent. अब मैंने किसी farmer को land दे दिया for agriculture activities. That is the rent received from the agricultural land, Satya. And similarly, income derived from agriculture is when you're doing operations through on that land and then you're getting that activity. So yeah, first part में you can understand yourself as a landlord who has that land. Second part को समझने के लिए you can understand yourself as a farmer who is doing operations and then selling the produce and getting the money. But make sure guys, land को sell करने से कुछ income होगा, उसको आप agricultural income नहीं कहोगे. That is a part of your capital gain income and then you have to see whether it's a rural agricultural land or your urban agricultural land. Siddharth, मैं अभी explain कर देती हूँ definition of India. Just give me a moment. Yeah, like give Abhishek example of farm building coming right up. Don't worry. In case guys आपका कोई भी query miss हो जाता है, because I'm getting queries on two different platforms. In case any of your query get missed, please rewrite it. Okay, do not worry. Please rewrite it, and then you will get the chance of an interactive session also. So we'll discuss it then too. See, rent and revenue. Revenue can be certain types of taxes implied. अभी हम now we coming to one question of farm building first. I hope the screen is visible. So the concept of farm building, guys, क्या होता है? Farm building is a building which is in the, suppose this is an agricultural land. ये लैंड है, अब इसी के विसिनिटी पे या कॉर्नर स्टोन पे एक बिल्डिंग है, ठीक है? अब उस बिल्डिंग से अगर if you're having any income, it would be an agricultural income provided it is owned and occupied either by the person who is receiving the rent or revenue of any such land. जो इस लैंड का रेंट या रेवेन्यू लेते हैं, वो ये बिल्डिंग उसकी है, और occupied by the cultivator or the receiver of rent in kind. Cultivator मतलब who is doing the farming here, that he is occupying it as a storehouse or a dwelling house, or receiver of the rent in kind of any land with respect to which or the produce of which or any process discussed above is carried on would be agricultural income. यानी अगर यहाँ पे agriculture operations होता है, this building से जो income आएगा, provided it is used as a storehouse or a dwelling house, then this building का income would be your agricultural income. अगर अब इस building से rent आ रहा है for letting it out for any other purpose other than agriculture purpose, then obviously it would not be an agricultural income. Now the question comes कि इसका building का condition क्या है? One, it should be in the immediate vicinity of the land. ठीक है, ऐसा नहीं है कि it is 10 kilometers far from the land. It should be in the immediate area of this particular agricultural land. Secondly, इसको हम यहाँ से इसे थोड़ा सा और जूम इन करते हैं. या सेकेंडली, दैट लैंड शुड बी either subject to, I'll say, revenue. It should be either subject to revenue, land revenue, local rate, or it should be a rural land. Rural land के अंदर होगा, तभी ये farm building would be तभी this income from farm building would be exempt. मतलब, so ma'am, if I'm telling you with an example that this land either should be subject to land revenue, यानी इस पे कुछ टैक्स वगैरह गवर्नमेंट लगा रही है, sort of property tax, तब इस एरिया में जो फार्म बिल्डिंग होगी that would be your exempted farm building for the purpose of agricultural income. Here, या तो वो रूरल लैंड में, अब रूरल लैंड में मतलब suppose it is in a municipal cantonment or it is in an area with a population of less than 10,000. So then it qualifies to be a farm building. Then it qualifies to be a farm building. Now suppose the cantonment population is more than 10,000 but is up to 1 lakh. But is up to 1 lakh. तो इस एरिया में प्लस इस 2 किलोमीटर के एरिया में, sorry for this bad, 1 second. So suppose the population of the cantonment is more than 10,000 but is up to 1 lakh. ये वाला एरिया और इसके 2 किलोमीटर तक वाले एरिया में कुछ भी होगा, दैट फार्म बिल्डिंग वुड नॉट क्वालिफाई टू बी अ exempted farm building for the purpose of agricultural income. मतलब उसका income would not qualify to be an exempted income. Similarly, if the cantonment का population is more than 1 lakh but is up to 10 lakh, but is up to 10 lakh, तो ये वाला एरिया ऑब्वियसली, और इसके 6 किलोमीटर के अंदर कुछ भी आएगा, इट वुड नॉट क्वालिफाई. अगर कोई 7 किलोमीटर में है, सपोज द फार्म बिल्डिंग इज हियर एंड द लैंड इज हियर, देन इट विल क्वालिफाई फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर इनकम एग्जेम्पशन. अगर कुछ 6 किलोमीटर के अंदर है, इफ एनीथिंग इज बिटवीन is in this 6 kilometer, when the population is more than 1 lakh but up to 10 lakh, then it would not qualify for the exemption purpose. And last, अगर मैं बोलूं population is more than 10 lakh of this catchment area, then anything within the 8 kilometers, anything within the 8 kilometers would not qualify. So if suppose the population of this catchment area is 11 lakh, तो यहाँ पे जो अगर 9 किलोमीटर में होगा, that would be okay, that would be considered as a farm building for the purpose of agricultural income exemption. Otherwise, if something is within 8 kilometer, it would not qualify. ये ध्यान से समझो एक बारी, कोई डाउट है इसके बताओ, क्योंकि इसी के बेसिस पे अभी हम नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन उठाएंगे. वी विल पिक अप द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन बेस्ड ऑन दिस, which is this. Please solve it. 8 आपको दिया हुआ है, shortest distance. The population is given. You have to tell whether that farm building situated in that area be treated as income from such farm building would be treated as agricultural income. Yes means this, that it qualifies for exemption. No means it does not qualify for exemption. Quickly see this and tell if there is any doubt in any of the section, any of the part. Please switch on your mic, guys, please. Now in India is the highest populated country, so will this scenario be diminished? No, no. Land area बहुत है, it will not diminish altogether. Yes, you can say the vicinity might increase, मतलब जो पहले population since it's increasing, ये हो सकता है कि more of the area may not qualify. Otherwise, it is not the case. Don't worry. वरना see, अगर आप पता है क्या, one more thing practically if I tell you, was the name Maitreya. So one more thing, if they will not qualify as per this area part, they would be qualified as per the land revenue, because the more you go into the urban area, the land revenue system is there. So naturally, they would be available to claim the exemption. Don't worry about that. Population figure would be given in the question. Yes, those who want to join through Zoom link, please do not hesitate. Kashish, the classes I believe is like you have to see the recording of our previous lectures, and particularly this classes would be all about your queries, understanding what you have understood and all that. The teachers would take the questions which come from you people, and in case there are no queries, then they will have certain questions for practice. स्वाति, I'll explain special income through numerical example. किसी को farm building से related particularly कोई doubt है? जैसे आप कैपिटल एसेट में रूरल एग्रीकल्चर एंड अर्बन एग्रीकल्चर लैंड निकालते हो ना, सो यहाँ पे समथिंग इज कमिंग इनटू अ रूरल लैंड वाला पार्ट, इट वुड बी योर फार्म बिल्डिंग. सिंपल टू एक्सप्लेन. मेजर एयरली मीन्स कि उस कैंटोनमेंट का जो एरिया खत्म हो रहा है उसको किसी भी डायरेक्शन से अगर आप एयरली मेंशन करो, तो उसके विद इन 6 किलोमीटर रेडियस के विद इन 6 या विद इन 2 विद इन 8 किलोमीटर, अब सपोज दिस इज द कैंटोनमेंट एरिया ये पूरा सर्कल में, तो किसी भी डायरेक्शन से 2 या 6 किलोमीटर वो लेना है. See, any amendment, especially for November 24, वो जो चलता है by 30th April, whatever would come would be applicable. Similarly, if you're appearing for September 24, though officially it will yet to be announced, But any amendments coming up till September, till February 24 would be applicable, 29 February 24. But still wait for an announcement to come. Still wait for an announcement to come. अच्छा, कौन सा क्वेश्चन प्रैक्टिस करवाना बताओ? We say 23, 24, guys. See, simple सा है farm building का concept. Again, anyone if is having any doubt, either it should be assessed to land revenue. If it is not assessed to land revenue, then it should not be within the age of these things which I have marked. ठीक है, अगर वो इस रेंज में हुआ तो it would not be a farm building. अगर नहीं हुआ then it would be a farm. It would be a farm building in the sense, but it would not be a farm building for the purpose of the exemption. Guys, please put your phone on mute or put your speakers on mute. There is a lot of disturbance coming in. So guys, अब ध्यान से सुनो. If the cantonment का population is more than 10,000, तो वो cantonment के अंदर कोई है तो it would not qualify to be your farm building for the agricultural income purpose, exemption purpose. ठीक है. Now suppose the population is more than 10,000 but is up to 1 lakh. तो ये वाला एरिया तो obviously इसके अंदर जो है वो तो definitely would not qualify. But उसके साथ साथ 2 kilometers के अंदर भी कुछ जो आएगा it would not qualify. This is because that's why B part में 12,000 उसका population था. That is more than 10,000. So, but the land was situated, this farm building was situated at 1.5 kilometers from this cantonment area. So, since we are saying population is more than 10,000, but it's up to 1 lakh, so जो भी is coming within the 2 kilometers would not qualify. Hence, this is not qualifying for the agriculture income exemption. Similarly, if the population is up to 10 lakh, but is more than 1 lakh, तो वो वाला एरिया तो वो होगा ही नॉट क्वालिफाइड, उसमें कोई फार्म बिल्डिंग होगा. उसके साथ साथ जो 6 किलोमीटर्स के अंडर होगा, 6 किलोमीटर्स की रेंज में होगा, दैट वुड ऑल्सो नॉट कम. दैट्स वाई दिस पार्ट, ई पार्ट, 3 किलोमीटर 3 lakh population है. So the land which is situated within 6 kilometer would not qualify. That's why this is not getting qualified. Now coming to the this part, अगर cantonment का population more than 10,000, then I think within 8 kilometers, see जितना ज़्यादा population उतना ज़्यादा radius would increase, would not qualify. So here the population was 10,50,000. So if the land is situated within the 8 kilometer distance from this cantonment, it would not qualify. Basically वो rural नहीं होगा, and that's why उसी concept से लेके चलो तो confusion नहीं होगी. That's why this farm building is not getting qualified. The हाँ, ये हो सकता है कि इट इज विद इन 8 किलोमीटर एंड दैट इज असेस टू लैंड रेवेन्यू. हाँ, देन ये वाले पार्ट से हो जाएगा एंड डेफिनेटली इट वुड क्वालिफाई टू बी दैट फार्म बिल्डिंग. दो रीजन होना चाहिए, या तो ये लैंड रेवेन्यू का असेसेबल होना चाहिए, either it should be accessible to the land revenue or it should not be within these. अब क्लैरिटी आया गाइस? अब किसी को कोई डाउट? गायत्री, इज इट क्लियर नाउ? Pramita is Pramita Mondal, is it clear? Abhishek? Asta? Let's reply quickly. Swapnil, very good. Thank you. But Bata, go ahead now. Okay. So, last Gayatri saying for 10 kilo, last eighth wala. See, the population is more than 10 agar population is more than 10 lakh, so anything within 8 kilometers would not qualify. So, यहाँ पे the population is more than 10 lakh, but the land is situated within 8 kilometers. The farm building is situated within 8 kilometers. It would not qualify. पहला see, farm building is a simple concept. First, you have to say that it is in the immediate vicinity of the land. Second, it should be used for storehouse or dwelling house. ये होने के बाद, you also have to see whether that land is assessed for land revenue. If yes, then farm building का income would be your income from agriculture purpose. If it is not assessed to land revenue, then you have to see it should not be within these area. If it is in these area, it would not be treated as a farm building exemption for the agriculture purpose. Got it? Ye step kar lo. You can write it also so that confusion now. यहाँ पे you can say either the land should be assessed to land revenue or it should not be within these range. First, second, third. अब देखो पॉपुलेशन है 10 लाख से ज्यादा बट द फार्म बिल्डिंग इज सिचुएटेड विद इन 9 किलोमीटर यहाँ पे है तो ये वाला एरिया इज डिस्क्वालिफाइड एरिया ना वो 9 किलोमीटर वाले रेंज पे है 9 किलोमीटर दूर है देन इट वुड क्वालिफाई टू बी द फार्म बिल्डिंग फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर इनकम. Got it. Now I'm leaving the topic of farm building and moving ahead. Agriculture income में someone has asked for rule 7. I'll go for that. एक बारी किसी को और भी डाउट है please let me know. Perfect, Priyanka. Very good. Preeti, agar see, simple concept is if that farm building is coming within this kilometer range, it and the land is not assessed to the land revenue, then that farm building would not qualify for an exemption box. So yes, Kumar, what is your query? Guys, please ये लिखने से better कि you are getting my queries or not. Please ask your queries. अभी agricultural income से related कोई query है for the next 5 minutes, please ask. I am taking up now rule 7 and 8. Someone asked. Priyanka has asked for rule 7 and 8. Correct. Okay, so let's have a quick discussion about rule 7 and rule 8. Rule 8, मतलब 7. The agriculture income guys निकालते time I told you one thing. बहुत simple है. इसी के बेस पे यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन भी कर लेंगे. एग्रीकल्चर इनकम के टाइम पे यहाँ पे हमने जब डेफिनेशन पढ़ा क्विक डेफिनेशन एंड वी अंडरस्टूड दैट एग्रीकल्चर इनकम इज एनी इनकम कमिंग फ्रॉम द प्रोसेस ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर or certain degree of operations which are necessary for making it fit to be sold to the market. Basic operations, right? अब इस स्टेज के बाद इफ आफ्टर दिस स्टेज एनी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑपरेशंस मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एग्रीकल्चर एक्टिविटी लैंड रिलेटेड एक्टिविटीज होती है और उसका पैकिंग करना खाली वहां तक उसके स्टेज के अलावा इफ यू आर पुटिंग ऑन एनी मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑपरेशंस और एनी मार्केटिंग स्पेसिफिक ऑपरेशंस क्या इसको सेल करने के बाद कुछ इनकम आना चाहिए शुड इट क्वालिफाई टू बी एन एग्रीकल्चर इनकम आंसर नो income agriculture income should be an income which is coming till this stage that is after agriculture and basic operations or by applying process necessary to make it fit to the सेल इन द मार्केट। ठीक है, सो यहाँ इस स्टेज तक जो होगा दैट इज एग्रीकल्चर इनकम। इस स्टेज के बाद इफ एनी इनकम इज जनरेटेड दैट वुड बी अ बिजनेस इनकम। नाउ यू विल से कि मैम सेल तो एक ही बारी प्रोड्यूस होगा ना, और राइस को अगर हम उस पर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग लगा के हाई ग्रेड क्वालिटी कर दे, इफ यू मेक अ राइस इनटू हाई ग्रेड क्वालिटी, सो विल गेट एन इनकम ओनली अप टू व्हाट स्टेज? यस, आप मार्केट में तो एक ही बारी बेचोगे आफ्टर अप्लाइंग ऑल द प्रोसेस। So what the law says, the agriculture income from, suppose if you're getting 100 rupees from selling that rice by applying all A grade processes to it, and you're getting 100 rupees from it. The government says 100 ka 100 would not be, the law says 100 ka 100 would not be agricultural income. We'll say suppose अगर आप वो process नहीं लगाते, if you would have not applied all these gimmicky process or all these processes which are not purely agriculture, you could have sold that rice for 60 rupees. Hence 60 would become your part of agriculture income and not 100. बाकी जो 40 का difference है वो business income है। ठीक है, इसी aspects को लेके let's do this question. Mr. B grows sugarcane and uses the same for the purpose of manufacturing sugar in his factory. 30% of the sugarcane produced is sold for 10 lakhs and the cost of such sugarcane is 5 lakhs. ठीक है, इनकम आया 10 lakhs एंड कॉस्ट इसका क्या था 5, रेवेन्यू आया 10 lakhs सेल से 30% का। ठीक है, एंड कॉस्ट क्या था 5 lakh। द कॉस्ट ऑफ कल्टिवेशन ऑफ द बैलेंस शुगर केन इज 14 lakhs एंड द मार्केट वैल्यू इज 22 lakhs। इससे तो जो इनकम हुआ ये 5 lakh हो गया 30% से। नाउ कमिंग टू द 70%, द कॉस्ट ऑफ कल्टिवेशन ऑफ द बैलेंस शुगर केन is 14 lakhs and the market value of the same is 22 lakhs after incurring 1.5 lakhs in the manufacturing process on the balance sugarcane, that is 70%. The sugar was sold for 25 lakhs. Compute the B's business income and agricultural income. अब जो 70% है guys उसमें भी सेम है, उसको कॉस्ट कितना था उसका 14 lakhs। तो अगर वो इसी स्टेज पे बेच देते यहां तक विदाउट एनी एडिशनल प्रोसेसेस, तो क्या होता 22 lakhs का रेवेन्यू जनरेट होता और 14 lakhs का खर्चा होता, राइट? 14 lakhs का खर्चा होता है, 22 lakhs का रेवेन्यू generation would have happened. So 8 lakhs would have been the income this year. But now what they did, they sold it for 25 lakhs after employing a manufacturing process of 1.5 lakhs. तो टोटल अगर आप बात करो, इसको हम कहाँ पे, just give me a second and clear it out. Now let's clear यहाँ पे. Now out of the total 25 lakhs, 22 lakhs तो would have been the cost if it would have been used for the agriculture purpose. अगर वो ये produce बाहर से लाते, the produce which is used for the manufacturing process would have costed 22 lakhs, right? अब उस पे और कितना expense लगाया 1.5 lakh का, तो business income कितनी हो गई 1.5 lakh की, and agriculture income कितनी हुई 5 lakhs, and this 8 lakh that is 13 lakhs. ठीक है, सो ऑल इन ऑल अगर आप बिगर पिक्चर में देखो, इफ यू सी इट इन द बिगर पिक्चर यू से कि मैम 25-70% का, कि मैम 25 lakhs का उस पे ही सोल्ड इट, 14 lakhs का खर्चा था ऑफ ग्रोइंग इट एंड 1.5 lakh का खर्चा था ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस, राइट? सो ऑल इन ऑल मैम इनकम तो उसको हुआ 9.5 लाख का इसमें से। तो मैम इसको कैसे डिवाइड करें, सेकंड सिंपल है, 9.5 में से 8 is your agriculture, 1.5 is your business. Now, how did you do this? I have done it till a process. What if the person would have not put in any manufacturing process? What would have been his income? This is this. Okay, this is this. So the remaining would be your business income. और निकाला कैसे? एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम का कॉस्ट निकाला और उसका उस टाइम का मार्केट वैल्यू निकाल के निकाला 8 lakhs. And now from the manufacturing process 25 lakhs का इनकम जनरेट हुआ. तो वो जो प्रोड्यूस यूज किया उसका मार्केट वैल्यू कितना है? 22 minus 1.5 of manufacturing expense. The net income is coming as 1.5. किसी को कोई डाउट? If anyone has any doubt? Definitely I'll help you. Don't worry. Priyanka, I think it was your doubt for rule 7. Kagesh, if the land is Kagesh, I've already told if the land is used for other than agriculture purpose, उससे कुछ rent आएगा, it would not be your agricultural income. Definitely. So Sayanto has one doubt. Okay, okay. यहाँ पे वो करते हैं. Right, everyone on the screen, please. Yeah, see, one part is the person is producing 30% and 70%. तरीके से लेते हैं. 30% पे no additional processes are applied for manufacturing. I told you manufacturing process जहाँ पे भी आएगा वो agricultural income नहीं होगी. ठीक है? उस stage के आगे से agricultural income नहीं होगी. The moment manufacturing process is applied, from that stage onwards, anything extra is earned would not be agricultural income. Now 30% का तो it is clear that person is producing it for selling it for 10 lakhs and having it for 5 lakhs. Simple. So cost is 5, sale is 10, तो income कितना हुआ? 5 lakhs. ये सब agricultural income है. Correct? अब 70% पे क्या है? 70% पे there are two stages. One is the agriculture stage, where the agriculture का cost is coming to 14 lakhs for 70%. ठीक है? And इस stage तक if he would have sold, he would have generated 22 lakhs as revenue. Okay, but he did not sell it at this stage. What he did, he applied for 1.5 lakhs expenses more and sold it total for 25 lakhs. Sold it total for 25 lakhs. So अगर मैं basic picture से देखूं, if you do not have to see what is agriculture and what is business, you will say कि ma'am he has made a profit of 25 lakh का sale था, 14 lakh का उस पे it was cultivation cost and 1.5 lakh was manufacturing cost. So he has made a net profit of 9.5. Right? But I'm saying कि guys, इस 9.5 में कुछ agricultural है, कुछ non-agricultural. You say why? Because this 9.5 is not purely from just agricultural operations. This 9.5 is coming from certain manufacturing operations also. So जो manufacturing के बाद वाला या manufacturing के बिना वाला, if any revenue is generated, that should only be agriculture. उसके बाद वाला should not be agriculture. So what you did, you hypothetically, not you assume that what if he would have sold this 70% wala produce as it is in the market without 1.5 lakh ka kharcha, then he would have gained or he would have sold it for 22 lakhs. So the purely agriculture income is 22 minus 14, 8 lakhs. Because this is what he would have generated if he would have not employed any manufacturing process. But since he has employed any manufacturing process, so the remaining income, the additional income which he is getting of 1.5 lakh is a business income. Okay, one process of getting this business income is 1.5 lakh ऐसे निकालो. Or you can say कि मैम इसमें से business income actually कितना हुआ 25 lakhs minus 22 lakhs. This 22 lakhs we'll assume that had he purchased this produce from the market which he's using for manufacturing purpose, तो कितने का पड़ता 22 का for the manufacturing operations minus purely manufacturing expenses, तब भी 1.5 lakhs आएगा. दो तरीके निकालने के, whatever way you feel like. Either calculate the entire income, उसमें से agricultural income हटा दो, or calculate agricultural income and calculate the business income. जैसे आपको सही लगे, ठीक है? Now is it clear? So मैं previous year 23-24. Sayonte, is it clear now? चलो, great. Shreyas? Yes, Krish, you can take it from that aspect also. तो अपने इसको ऐसे बस याद मत करना, व्हाट इफ सिचुएशन लेके चलना. So now Abhishek has a very valid point. Why the percentage of rubber, coffee, and tea is described? See, instead, why rubber, coffee, tea is described to make your life easy. That's why rule 7A, B, and 8 was introduced. Because सिंपल है ना, आपको अगर क्योंकि टी कॉफी रबर आर सच थिंग विच कैन नॉट बी सोल्ड बाय putting manufacturing process. Some degree of manufacturing process definitely would be there, because tea को भी hardly people take tea as it. देयर इज सर्टेन लीव्स को डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करना होता है, उसको और बेटर करना होता है, ड्राई आउट करना होता है. सो सर्टेनली मैन्युफैक्चरिंग एलिमेंट आता है. सिमिलरली रबर में भी लैटेक्स होता है, वो ऐसे स्ट्रेचेबल आइटम होता है जो प्रोड्यूस होता है फ्रॉम द रबर प्लांट्स. उसको भी एक ऐसी स्टेज में लाने के लिए सर्टेन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस इज ऑलवेज देयर. कॉफी इज समथिंग विच गोज इनटू स्टेजेस. ईदर यू कैन सेल इट एज कॉफी बीन्स और यू कैन सेल इट एज अ प्रॉपर रोस्टेड कॉफी एक्सेट्रा. तो इसलिए गवर्नमेंट ने क्या कहा, गवर्नमेंट ने कहा कि वेन एवर वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द प्रोड्यूस विच आर रबर, कॉफी और योर टी, let's define the percentage altogether so you don't have to do this breakup कि market value क्या होती अलग अलग stages पे. Let's define a certain degree of your income to be agriculture or your income to be your business. So इसलिए to remove the difficulty, honestly, government did a very correct job, or the law did a very correct job, so that everyone does not have to justify कि कितना agriculture है कितना नॉन एग्रीकल्चर है. तो उन्होंने कहा वट एवर इनकम यू आर मेकिंग, उसमें से सिंपल क्या करना, in the case of rubber, always 65% will assume is agriculture, 35% will assume is business. Similarly, coffee mein there are either you are selling it as grown and cured as beans. So obviously manufacturing process come in, then 75% would be agriculture, 25% would be business. If you're curing it, roasting it, making it into small packets and grounding it, then manufacturing process definitely ज़्यादा हो गया. तो we'll assume 60% is agriculture, 40% is non-agriculture. And टी के केस में 60-40 का रेशियो. So suppose from selling you're making an income of 3 lakhs. तो 3 lakhs को accordingly 60-40 या 75-25 or 65-35 as the case may be, you will distribute it unsaid. उसमें कोई आपको बताने नहीं आएगा आपको ये करना है. आप द मोमेंट यू सॉ दैट द क्वेश्चन इज ऑफ टी, इज ऑफ रबर और इज ऑफ कॉफी, simply calculate the profit, distribute it in the ratio of 65 and 35 if it's rubber, 75-25 or 60-40. अब जैसे इस केस में illustration 2 में if you see, this guy is manufacturing latex from the rubber plants. The cost is 10 lakhs. मैन्युफैक्चरिंग कॉस्ट भी दिया हुआ है, इसमें आपको वो शुगर केन वाला पार्ट नहीं, वैसे नहीं करना। सिमिलरली 30 माइनस 10 माइनस 8, सिंपल, यू एज्यूम इट टू बी, द प्रॉफिट अल्टीमेटली इज कमिंग टू 12 लाख। अब इस 12 लाख को, इस प्रॉफिट को एग्रीकल्चर एंड बिजनेस में डिवाइड कर दें, द रेशियो 65-35। एमसीक्यू बेस्ड क्वेश्चन कैन कम फ्रॉम दिस। Now, guys, any doubt from agricultural income? Now I'll move to take your other doubts. I think something is related to AOP, BOI, and India definitions. Tax related, all the doubts we'll take after a break so that you can come up with a fresh mind. Okay. Abhi koi और doubt related to agricultural income purely? Any question biofuel se related? If biofuel is sold from agriculture produce, would it be? See that can be treated as इस पे case law भी है. Sumit, I'll share it with you. I'll definitely share, don't worry. प्रताप, डेफिनेटली सिर्फ एग्रीकल्चर इनकम से प्योरली कोई डाउट है तो ये प्रीति, ये रेशियो याद रखना पड़ेगा। ये एग्जाम में सिंपल से है, 3 रेशियोज है, कॉफी, टी एंड योर रबर। You have to remember it will not be given in the question. Rather, you should know कि when you have to apply this, जैसे क्वेश्चन रबर का आया, you have to apply it accordingly. Yes, it would be helpful in your CA exam also. Income definitions, Kevin, honestly, if I'll tell you income definition, just go through it from the sense of understanding कि क्या क्या covered है. Ultimately ऐसे definition नहीं पूछा जाएगा income का, don't worry. Priyanka, please try to limit the questions regarding basic concept because problem would be other people would not be able to relate. अब इसके agriculture income के notes, अगर if someone asks me how do you have to make it, simply there are 3-4 sections you have to do it. एग्रीकल्चर इनकम मीनिंग क्या है? 1, 2, 3, रेंट रेवेन्यू फ्रॉम एग्रीकल्चर, फ्रॉम लैंड यूज फॉर एग्रीकल्चर पर्पस, ऑपरेशन फ्रॉम ऑपरेशन ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर, प्रोसेस ऑर्डिनरी एम्प्लॉयड और सेल. Third, income from farm building. Farm building में you wrote कि it should be used as a dwelling house, should be in the immediate vicinity. Quickly बोल रही हूँ so that you can understand it. And the conditions of farm building done. What would not be agricultural income specifically? What is agricultural income specifically? ठीक है, ये हो गया. उसके बाद these ratios of 7A, B and C. बस simple agricultural income is done. And last, partial integration. ठीक है, this is how you will make the notes of agricultural income. Now, someone asked me, ma'am, what is the difference between AOP and BOI? See, बहुत बार ऐसा होता है. I'll take you there only. One second. Where are the definitions? Hmm. Let me just take you to the page. See, many a time people come together for a particular venture or for a particular type of what you say, particular type of project, but they don't want to enter into a partnership because certainly they are not seeing it as a going concern, or certainly there is no agreement to share the profits for the business run by all or one of them acting for all. अब जरूरी तो नहीं है ना कि either they have to form a company or they have to form a LLP or a firm. They can form an association, a sort of an association, uh, whether in writing or not, assume themselves to be a member, have certain degrees defined, and can be for a certain purpose. अब उस organization या वो जो, one second, now that now that part, that association which has happened, or that jointness of a venture which has happened, suppose A, B, and C comes together and they're not coming in the capacity of a partners and they do not want to be registered under the Partnership Act. They just want to have a contractual obligation through a venture. And they say, suppose we'll come together and form an ABC, not a company, an ABC associate sort of for a particular project. Now, what you will call this ABC as? This ABC in the eyes of law is called AOP because they're not, um there's no partnership deed, there's a contractual agreement. It's not a company because obviously it's not incorporated in the Companies Act. So this ABC is an AOP. Instead of ABC calling them as partner, they would be termed as members. They would be termed as members. They can have their shares defined, they can have their income defined, not necessary. So it's a very loosely based thing. Because क्या होता है, why AOP is covered as a different SSE in income taxes, that sometimes people share profits or some from a particular project or action, but they say that we're not into partnership firm, so why should we be assessed as AOP? So government ने हर ऐसी चीज को specifically common part में डाल दिया, where two people are coming or two or more people are coming together for a certain purpose, it would always be AOP. It would be an AOP if it is not being defined, if they are not being formatted as per the Partnership Act. Even trust are also AOP. If I talk about, even trust are also AOP because uh, basic trusts are also AOP because they are, there is no status of partnership there, there's no status of companies there, they're coming for a common purpose. You can say them as an AOP. Now the question comes very frequently is, ma'am, what is the difference between AOP and BOI? Guys, ये सब person की definition में आते हैं. These all are coming under the definition of person in the Income Tax Act. Now person can be any person. Person can be an individual also, HUF also, BOI also, or company also, firm also. So when only individuals are coming together and forming an association, the resultant is purely body of individuals. मतलब दोनों का एक ही है. Terminology is different from the aspect of people who are the members. If A, B, C are coming together and forming anything, that is also an OP, but particularly it's called a body of individual because only individuals are coming together. Suppose now A, B, limited and C are coming together. Now here the association is between different types of person, that is called AOP. When the association is between only between individuals, it is called BOI. When it is between different types of person, जैसे यहाँ पे individual हो गया, company हो गया, and individual हो गया, then it would be called AOP. But this is only the difference here. Taxability aspect से both are same. ठीक है? Very rightly said, Sapnil. रश्मि, BOI means only association of individual. Person जब भी income tax में बोलोगे ना, person is not only you and me, person are all of them, individuals, HUF, HUF, company, everyone. Against local authority is a person definitely, and it is taxable. It's not just a government body. हाँ, वो status of local authority वैसे आ जाता है, and very rarely it happens that any income of local authority gets taxable because most of them are exempt. जब आप exemption वाला chapter पढ़ोगे, 10-20 में most of them are exempt if I'm not wrong. Binit, just I hope you have seen how we have done the agricultural income वाला example. उसमें 30-70 को अलग अलग किया है, 70 को डिवाइड करके किया है. Please see that once. I'm assuming that you joined the lecture late. अगर नहीं समझ आता, I can take it again. Don't worry. Partial integration पे we'll do the question once we do the tax rate. ठीक है, चलेगा केविन? See, Sumit, rather it's not an extra benefit to register as an AOP BOI. Rather, you should go for it to be as a firm or a company. AOP BOI, rather, income tax authorities have specifically mentioned it as a general term so that they can take everyone into the tax blanket. Okay. Now, one of our friend wants to understand India ka definition. First of all, second, India ka definition as such, I haven't seen in any of my years to be asked in the proper paper, but let's understand it. See, India का definition important क्यों है? Because बहुत law के पास से just 1 second. Why it is important? Because abhi when you will be understanding income accrued in India or received in India, you have to understand कि India actually में covered क्या होता है. A person being in India not only mean that he is, sorry, I'll drop a wrong map, गलत हो जाएगा, let it be. Not only he means that he is in the Indian territory, obviously the Indian area which we know through the map, but also means that if he's in the Indian territorial waters, वो 12 nautical miles ऐसे कुछ होता है, यानी अगर वो उस waters के area में भी है, then also the person is assumed to be in India. That is very important when we are talking in the aspect of merchant navies and all, or the people who stay on ship. उसका कॉन्टिनेंटल शेल्फ में जितना अंडमान ये सब जो भी इस कॉन्टिनेंट एरिया में आ रहे होंगे वो सब इकोनॉमिक जोन इंडिया का एक्सक्लूसिव इकोनॉमिक जोन है दैट आल्सो वुड बी पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया दैट आल्सो बी पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया एंड कोई और एयर स्पेस में उनको उन्होंने कंफर्म कर दिया या स्पेसिफाई कर दिया दैट दिस इज आल्सो एन इंडियन टेरिटरी देन इट वुड आल्सो बी कंसिडर्ड एज योर area of or in the meaning of India. But as such definition इसको याद नहीं करना पढ़ लेना और next time whenever it comes from the aspect of it, if suppose a question comes from a residential status that the person is staying in the territorial waters which are or the person is staying in the maritime zone, will he be considered to be in India? Yes, he would be considered to be in India because that maritime zone is a part of the definition of the term India. एज सच कुछ लीगल ऑब्लिगेशन नहीं है गाइस बल्कि लूजली बेस्ड एस्पेक्ट है बीओआई एंड एओपी और गवर्नमेंट ने उसको थ्रू डेफिनेशन टैक्सेबल एंटिटीज बना दिए सो इट्स अ मोर of a benefit to the government so that people do not create joint ventures as a third entity, make arrangements, agreements as per third entity और कल को वो टैक्स भी ना दें because they will say कि we are not liable because the third entity did all the business in their name. So इसलिए गवर्नमेंट ने क्लियरली बोल दिया कि वो थर्ड एंटिटी विच यू आर फॉर्मिंग थ्रू अ जॉइंट अग्रीमेंट इज अ टैक्सेबल एंटिटी. सेंस समझो उसका, ठीक है? Any other query except tax rates? Because tax rates ka pura what we'll do is we'll quickly jump to the tax rates and we'll quickly jump to surcharge having special income into it, which I've got a lot of queries. But beside that, beside tax rate, कोई और डाउट है? सीए फर्म्स आर जनरली पार्टनरशिप हंजाला, तो वो एओआई का एग्जांपल नहीं है. एओआई का एग्जांपल है लाइक ट्रस्ट. विनीत, इसको कॉस्ट इज लोअर देन एफएमवी ऐसे क्यों ले लो आप? कॉस्ट कहाँ पे आ गया? अमन, नो, ओल्ड टैक्स regime नहीं लेना. You have to take the new tax regime if it is not in the question. Vineet, I'm taking your query. See, present. Okay, Vijaya, how to present the question? Try to present the question as, if I have to tell you, as close as possible to the way it is presented in your study material, as in the illustrations. Make sure whatever the question is asking, suppose the question is asking about compute the taxable income, तो ध्यान, make sure that the taxable income का answer is clearly visible to the checker. उसके अलावा if any workings are there, suppose taxable income की computation में you have competition from business in it, you have competition from salary in it. अगर वो थोड़ा सा है तो write it in the answer itself, but if it's very detailed, write it in the working notes and make sure that basic body of the answer में whatever is asked in the question is clearly visible. Again and again, I'm repeating. Working notes बहुत clearly then if you're making any assumption, whether it's related to the age of the person, whether it's related to the residential status of the person, if not given to the question, whether it's related to taking the scheme, कुछ भी है, just write the assumptions clearly because they really matter. Okay? They really, really matter. Tax rates is सारे question I will do post the class. I'll pick up the examples which I have. We'll do it. अगर उसके अलावा कोई doubt होगा, if you want me to do any particular question, we'll pick up that. ठीक है? राजेश, please define your query clearly. Agricultural income is exempt. इसमें which portion is taxable का concept आ गया? Generally, local authority, अगर आपको समझना है, local authorities are like म्यूनिसिपल कैंटनमेंट्स, एमसीडी, बीएमसी, ये सब आपके लोकल अथॉरिटी होते हैं, जो जनरली who are not actually government part but are into administrations for the general welfare of the people. केविन, सब होगा, मार्जिनल रिलीफ, रिबेट वगैरह सब होगा. बस आई थिंक अदर देन टैक्स रेट्स ओनली वन क्वेश्चन इज लेफ्ट इज ऑफ बीनीथ. फर्स्ट चैप्टर में प्रीति क्या क्या एग्जाम इंपॉर्टेंट है? फर्स्ट चैप्टर में ऑब्वियसली टैक्स रेट्स आर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. Then undisclosed income wala part is very important. It can come as a query theory question also. And your income not accessible in the assessment year, but the previous year itself is very important. These three things are very important, and you cannot forget agricultural income at all. So अभिषेक, एक्सक्लूसिव इकोनॉमिक जोन्स क्या होते हैं? गवर्नमेंट कुछ ट्रेड ऐसे जोन्स बनाती हैं वेयर द ट्रेड कैन बी डन फ्रीली विदाउट एनी, इन जनरल इंडियन ट्रेड पॉलिसीज उसमें बहुत बेनिफिशियल ट्रेड पॉलिसीज होती है, सो दैट outer people as in outer investment can be attracted or foreign investments can be attracted. वो कुछ zones होते हैं where either you set up a factory with or from where you make exports. तो उन zones को special economic zone या exclusive economic zones कहा जाता है, which are very trade friendly, but they are part of Indian territory. They have made it clear. गुजरात में है, इवन गुड़गांव में है। रोहित, एजीपी सिंपल है। सपोज अब सपोज करो यूनिवर्सिटी, यूनिवर्सिटी लेते, दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी, इट इज नॉट फॉर्मिंग पार्ट ऑफ any of the categories of person. It is not an individual, it is not a company, it is not an AOP, it's not a firm, it is not even a local authority, but it is something which has come into existence either through any legal particularity or any law. So अब उसको किस में डालोगे? You cannot put into any of this. So they become an artificial juridical person. Become an artificial juridical person. So हमें co-partners क्या होते हैं? When you are into an HUF, one HUF में there are members. Basically, co-partners are all the members who have the right in the property and have a right to partition. If I talk about basically co-partner को simply समझे, any person who is born into the family, that would be the co-partner, and the eldest of the co-partner would be your कर्ता. Tax liability वाले सारे questions please park for the second half of the class. Yes, Rohit, you can say so. रेजिडेंशियल स्टेटस का भी क्वेरी सेशन होगा, कब होगा आई एम नॉट श्योर अबाउट इट, बट डेफिनेटली इट वुड बी इन्फॉर्म्ड टू यू एंड मी बोथ. So beneath, this is just for you a very quick revision again. Please have a note here. सिंपल सा क्वेश्चन है, अगेन मेरे को तो याद हो गया. 30% produce is sold as it is, 70% is sold with manufacturing process. 30% which is sold as it is, that is growing and selling, cultivating and selling. Selling से आया 10 lakhs, growing का cost हुआ 5 lakhs. अब growing cost में obviously it can be farmer cost, it can be labor cost, it can be pesticides, fertilizers, sowing, etc. whatever cost it is there. ठीक है, वो 5 lakhs आया. But जो 70% है उसको as it is sold नहीं किया, उसको sell किया after certain degree of manufacturing process, after certain degree of manufacturing process. आफ्टर सर्टेन डिग्री ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस. अब मैन्युफैक्चरिंग प्रोसेस आ गया. अब ऐसा तो है नहीं कि इसमें एग्रीकल्चर बिल्कुल नहीं था, बट ऐसा भी नहीं है, दिस इज नॉट द केस दैट देयर वाज नथिंग एग्रीकल्चर एंड दिस इज नॉट द केस दैट एवरीथिंग वाज एग्रीकल्चर. So certainly you have to make it in a division. What if only agriculture process would happen? What would have been the income? Then additional income which have been made is business. Now, if only agriculture process would have happened, then the produce would have been sold for 22 lakhs, which have been grown at the cost of 14. So that means at max, the agriculture income in this scenario would have been 8 lakhs. But what has happened is he has sold this produce for 25 lakhs, on which actually manufacturing process was 1.5 lakhs and cultivating process was 14 lakhs. So 9.5 lakhs of profit he has made. But on this 9.5 lakhs, if the manufacturing process would not have employed, at least 8 lakh would have been agriculture. So isliye 8 lakh would be agriculture and this additional profit which has come through manufacturing would be businessing. Got it? Priyanka, I think all the lecture related concerns would be definitely answered by the ICAI backend team. Please wait. I'll definitely ask them to reply in the chat box itself. Okay. Hanzila, see, ये process होता है धीरे धीरे. You will understand all the language of law. It's just that you try to make it use as possible. जैसे I told you, whenever you're talking about agricultural income का process ordinarily employed, कुछ certain technical terms है which you have to use. So it would come only when you are communicating it in your daily understanding and language. ठीक है? Okay, guys, so let's take a quick 10 minutes break and we'll be back with tax rates question. I'll do the examples of tax rates. एक बारी उसको ध्यान से समझना. उसके अलावा, if any doubt comes, we will take that particular question. But again, what I'll try to say it again here is the onus is on your practice. The more you practice, the more you will understand the tax rates. Okay? So please be ready with your calculators post break, and we'll start with the tax rates, where I will start with surcharge, special rate income, etc. And then we'll go to marginal relief and rebate, etc. Uske alawa, if any doubt comes, any specific question comes, we'll take that. Thank you. Thank you so much. So let's start with the tax rates, guys. Are you all ready? I hope everyone had something now, all freshen up. Vijaya, this is purely a doubt solving sessions, but in case you want to re-understand any concept or any particular aspect of it, you are more than welcome. Thanks, Priyanka, for helping everyone. Thank you. Chalo, great. So, हमें सब समझाया जाएगा. Don't worry. Let's begin. पहले quickly I'll give a heads up on tax rates for the next 10 minutes. एक बार tax rates अच्छे से समझ लेंगे. And then we'll start with your. I hope everyone knows how to compute tax as per slab rates. Hmm. Data. चलो अब guys tax rates का क्या है in you have different types of person individual HUF AOP company everyone is there are different tax rates why categorization correctly categorization of a person in a correct category is important because each type of person has different tax rates individuals के अलग है then company के अलग है then firms so the categorization is very important also the tax benefits and tax provisions vary from person to person category now coming to the type of person who are individual HUF, AOP, BOI, and AGP. On them, the tax rates are applicable as per the slab rates. Slab rates, बाकी सब में flat rates है, but इनमें slab rates है. Slab rate means the income would be divided into slabs, and then you have to compute the tax. Your income would be divided into slabs, different small slab. हर slab पे different tax rate होगा. Now, until couple of years back there was one tax rate which हम normally जो हमें finance act में मिलता था what we used to get in finance act and basis those slab rates we used to apply the tax but obviously government is trying to rationalize and give more tax benefit to those people so instead of giving the change in the tax rate itself through finance act they introduced section 115 BAC as an alternate tax regime whereby they made the tax rates very attractive but at the same time they took certain types of exemptions and deductions from it so if a person do not have a proper tax planning or does not want to bother himself with the burden of so many tax saving investments they can go for a simple regime or a more attractive regime which is 115 BAC and from the last year itself, government has made this scheme mandatory as in a default. I'll not say mandatory. I'll say as a default scheme. That is until and unless you choose to go out of this scheme. You choose to opt out of this scheme. Opt out from the scheme the rates which would be applicable to individuals HUF, AOP, BOI, and AGP would be the rates which you are seeing on your screen, that is as per 115 BAC. Once you choose to opt out, you can go for the normal scheme, जिसका rate comes in the Finance Act. जिसका rate comes under the Finance Act. Guys, जो भी group में add कर रहे हो एक दूसरे को, please do it post the session so that general लोगों को कोई ऐसी problem ना हो, ठीक है? Now, what is the tax slab rate here? Here, the slab rates are divided for the 3 lakh ka bracket. 0 to 3 lakh nil. That means basic exemption limit when I talk from the perspective of default scheme would be 3 lakhs. It is not 250. For the default scheme purpose, it is 3 lakhs. 3 lakhs to 6 lakhs, it is 5%. 6 to 9, 10%, 9 to 12, 15%, 12 to 15, 20%, and 15 above income would be taxed at 30%. So suppose a person has an income of 11 lakh, so minimum tax which would be applicable on him would be 45 plus 1 lakh पे 15%. I hope you know how to compute the tax. किसी को computation भी नहीं आती, I can take that also. करूँ आगे? चले? Now, the same thing is there when I talk about the old scheme also, but the tax rates are different there. वहाँ पे थोड़ा सा slab rates में different है. If I talk about the old scheme, वहाँ पे there are three types of slab. One is the general slab, which is applicable for everyone, which is AGP, HF, AOP, BOI. But another, which you can see is this. ठीक है? Another is which is applicable to resident senior citizen and resident super senior citizen. Who are resident senior citizen, super senior citizen? Resident senior citizen is basically a person who is of the age of 60 or more in the previous year. Age you have to see in the previous year, and super senior citizen is a person who is of the age of 80 or more in the previous year. Now, since they are high in age, the basic exemption limit is more for them, and the slab rates are comparatively less tax amount, as in the tax liability can be reduced. So in general, in the old scheme, the slab rates are 0 to 2,50,000 nil, 2,50,000 to 5 lakh. 5%, 5 to 10, 20%. बहुत सारे लोगों को I've seen, वो यहाँ पे 5 to 10 में 10% लगा देते हैं. No, there is no 10%. There is 5, 20 and 30 in the old scheme. 2 lakh to 5 lakh, 5%, 5 lakh to 10 lakh, 20%, and 10 lakh above 30%. So if I talk about the basic exemption limit or the maximum amount not chargeable to tax, as per the old scheme, it is 2 lakh 50. As per the new scheme, it is 3 lakh. Or the default scheme, it is 3 lakh. Resident senior citizen slab rate is 0 to 3 nil, 3 to 5, 5%, 5 to 10, 20, and 10 above 30. Resident super senior citizen के लिए 5% भी नहीं है. 0 to 5 nil, that means basic exemption limit is 5 lakh. 5 to 10, 20% and 10 above 30%. ठीक है. Now ये तो बात हुआ slab rates का. Now guys, एक important thing होता है. Your income might have some special income which are chargeable at special rate. Which are chargeable at special rate. Now, what do you mean by special rates? Special rates are the defined rate in the tax that irrespective of the person, the rate of tax on such type of income would be special. Always, that means what is defined, that would be applicable. Now, for example, lottery ke liye, or if you have lottery income, always 30% would be the tax rate on that lottery income. Suppose if you have capital gain under 112, the tax rate always would be 20%. And generally, in such special rate incomes, generally, general deductions of Chapter 6A are also not allowed. Okay, so these are called special rate income. So, ma'am, how do we compute tax? Simply, you have to compute your total income. You have to divide it into the two parts, special income and normal income. Normal income पे slab rates लगेगा. अब that you have to choose whether 115 BAC or normal. अदर इनकम पे जो स्पेशल इनकम होगी उस पे स्पेशल रेट लगेगा. स्लैब रेट्स वाला टैक्स प्लस स्पेशल रेट वाला टैक्स करके टोटल टैक्स आएगा, which would be ultimately increased by surcharge and cess. All your tax always unsaid has to be increased by cess. If the total tax liability ka question come, you will not leave your answer on computing the tax as per slab rates. You have to increase it by cess or surcharge if applicable. Now moving on to the concept of surcharge. अभी तक किसी को कोई doubt है, किसी को नहीं पता how to compute tax as per slab rate, I can help you. See, I can give notes in the basis of this Excel file. Otherwise, I always encourage making self notes so that your concept revision can also happen. अमन, सी पेपर में न्यू ओल्ड का तो नहीं पता, पेपर में दोनों भी आ सकते हैं कि चूज विच स्कीम इज बेनिफिशियल. हाँ, एटलीस्ट ये है कि if nothing is written in exam, how to compute the tax, then you have to compute it as per the default regime. But if you want to, default regime, that is 115 BAC. But if you want to do it as per the old regime, then clearly write that we are assuming the person has shifted out or opted out. ये language ही लिखना ये मत देखना हैज नॉट टेकन 115 बीएसई, वो अच्छा नहीं लगेगा, ठीक है। हैज ऑप्टेड आउट फ्रॉम द डिफॉल्ट टैक्स regime एंड इज फॉलोइंग द टैक्स एज पर द ओल्ड regime। गाइस अभी सिर्फ टैक्स रेट पे रिबेट और सरचार्ज दोनों कराऊंगी स्टेप बाय स्टेप। कैलकुलेटर रेडी है सबके? एवरीवन हैज कैलकुलेटर विद देम? Definitely I'll do it. No, there is as such no change in the Finance Act 24. You can write, Kevin, the person has shifted out or shifted off or opted out. Opted out is better क्योंकि आपका इनकम टैक्स फॉर्म भी है वहां। Now, quickly, we'll come to how to compute surcharge as per new scheme and as per old scheme. The term which is written exercise the option to shift out. That means he has not opted 115 BC. He's opted out of 115 BC. मतलब वो 115 BC से out हो गया because by default everyone is under 115 BC. ठीक है, अगर आप opt out कर रहे हो तो you are moving out to the old scheme. So he has shifted out or opted out. क्योंकि ये option है, every person has an option whether they have to go for this or this. नाउ गाइस सरचार्ज पे क्विकली बात करते हैं। सरचार्ज भी न्यू स्कीम एंड ओल्ड स्कीम में थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है बिकॉज इन ओल्ड स्कीम देर आर 4 rates of surcharge, 4 different rates of surcharge, and in new scheme there are 3 rates of surcharge. पहले I'll take up the surcharge concept as per the old scheme, then I'll go as per the new scheme because अगर old आ गया तो new would be hardly a cake. Please अब ध्यान से सुनना for next 5-10 minutes. Please focus here, no other activity going. First of all, why surcharge is there? So surcharge actually was introduced when wealth tax was abolished because government बहुत clearly मानती है the richer should pay more tax and the poor should pay less tax, and this is the reason we have slab rates also, and the richer should contribute more than they can so that the society can benefit as a whole. So पहले क्या होता था 10-15 years पहले, not exactly 10, in fact 12-13 years पहले there was wealth tax. So apart from income tax, there was wealth tax also, where the people have to give tax on the accumulated wealth they have. But that was abolished, and the concept of surcharge came for the people who are earning high. So if your total income during the year is 50 lakhs or above, 50 lakhs or above, automatically the concept of surcharge means extra tax on tax would be applicable to you. So one tax is what you will be giving as per the slab rates, plus a certain degree of more tax in the form of surcharge. Altogether combined, then cess would come. Okay, you have to give. So first of all, it is not applicable on people who have income less than 50 lakhs in case, and we're purely talking from the aspect of AOP, BOI, HUF, firm, and your AGP. Firm saying HUF, individual, and your AGP. So you'll compute the tax both on special and your regular income. Is tax pay, you will add surcharge. So the surcharge rate is not on the income, the surcharge rate is on the tax. Whatever the rates which we have been discussing about the surcharge, that would be tax pay. So if it is 10%, I mean not 10% of the income, 10% of the tax. You will compute surcharge. Whatever tax per surcharge amount will come, is pay you will add cess. Is pay you will add cess. So suppose if tax is roughly say 51 lakhs, surcharge and surcharge is applicable at the rate of 15%, तो वो 15 lakh का 15% होगा, not of the income. But surcharge rate लगेगा कौन सा, which surcharge rate would be applicable depend upon the total income. Depends upon the total income. So suppose if your total income, Suppose your total income is more than 50 lakhs, but it's up to 1 crore. The surcharge rate applicable is 10%. So 10% of the, suppose the total income is more than 1 crore, but is up to 2 crore, surcharge rate is applicable at 15%. Suppose the total income is more than 2 crore, but is up to 5 crore, surcharge is applicable at the rate of 25%. And if the income is more than 5 crore, surcharge would be applicable at 37%. चार surcharge rate हो गए 10, 15, 25, 37. 50 lakhs above to 1 crore अगर income है, so अगर 90 lakhs income है, total income 10% surcharge लगे. Total income 1 crore 15 lakhs है, 15% surcharge लगे. Total income 4 crore है, 25% surcharge लगेगा. Total income 7 crore है, 37% surcharge लगेगा. ये slab rates नहीं है guys, ये final rate. Just to tell what is the surcharge rate, you have to see the income. बट यहाँ पे मैंने कुछ स्टार मार्क किए 2 and 5 करोड़ पे which will come. First of all, let's see how the surcharge is computed. Case 1, I hope everyone can see. यहाँ पे a person has a special income of 45 lakhs which is taxed at 20% because capital gain है, and he has a other income of 50 lakhs. He has another income of 15 lakhs. Now we are going as per the old scheme. साथ साथ करेंगे. 60 lakhs पे टैक्स कंप्यूट करना है. 45 लाख पे तो 20% डायरेक्टली आ गया 9 लाख. 15 lakhs पे क्विकली कंप्यूटेड एज पर द स्लैब रेट क्विकली. एक्सेल शीट देखोगे ना, यहीं पे फंसते हैं. वी आर सो यूज्ड टू सी द आंसर दैट वी फॉरगेट हाउ टू कैलकुलेट इट. इवन इफ द आंसर इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ, अभी तक एट योर स्टेज यू शुड कंप्यूट द टैक्स इन 1 minute, in less than 1 minute. ठीक है. अदर इनकम पे स्लैब रेट के हिसाब से आ गया 262 500. सबका आ गया. Now the income is 60 lakhs, which is less than 1 crore but more than 50 lakhs. सरचार्ज का पॉइंट आएगा. टोटल टैक्स आ गया स्पेशल प्लस अदर इनकम पे 1162 500. सरचार्ज वुड बी एप्लीकेबल एट द रेट ऑफ 10%. 10% why? Because the income is more than 50 but it's up to 1 crore. So 1162 500 पे 10% 1,16,250. ठीक है. ये टोटल टैक्स आ गया. इस पे अब सेस लगाया 4%, तो फाइनल टैक्स लायबिलिटी वुड बी 1329,900. किसी को कोई डाउट कि मैम टैक्स कैसे निकला, सरचार्ज कैसे निकला? दिस वाज प्योरली फॉर यू टू हाउ टू कंप्यूट सरचार्ज. यस, अभी वी आर डूइंग एज पर ओल्ड रिजीम, देन वील कम टू द न्यू रिजीम. Which calculation, Aditya? कौन सा कैलकुलेशन मैच नहीं हुआ बताओ? सौम्या, इज इट डन? सदाब? 45 लाख स्पेशल रेट है 20%. क्लियरली 45 लाख पे 20% 9 लाख. स्लैब रेट्स कहाँ से आ गए उस पे केविन? गाइस, अपना टैक्स कैलकुलेशन प्लीज प्लीज सॉलिडिफाई इट, because this is something which is going forever now. ठीक है. केस 1 and 2 जब तक क्लियर नहीं होगा, 3, 4, 5 तो नहीं समझ आएगी. Those who have done case 1, please go on to the figures which are given for case 2. Compute the tax. ठीक है, मूविंग अहेड। नाउ केस टू में क्या है, सेम है, ऑल फिगर सेम। स्पेशल रेट 45 lakhs, अदर इनकम 60 lakhs, टोटल इनकम इज 1 crore 5 lakhs। कोई क्वेश्चन में नहीं बोलेगा, आई एम रिपीटिंग अगेन एंड अगेन दैट यू हैव टू कंप्यूट surcharge, you have to compute cess also, you have to compute rebate also. These are your checkpoints that the moment the income is now crossing 1 crore, I have to apply surcharge at the rate of 15% if it is up to 2 crore. Again 45 lakhs पे स्पेशल इनकम पे स्पेशल टैक्स 9 लाख, 60 lakhs पे टैक्स आया 16,12,500, टोटल टैक्स आया 12 लाख 25,12,500। Surcharge would be applicable at the rate of 15%. Total tax comes to, with cess comes to 30 lakh 4,950. So on an income of almost 1 crore 5 lakhs, you're paying total tax of 30 lakh 5,000 approximately. गुड सदाब एवरीवन, आंसर मैच हो रहा है सबका? Now we come to case 3 where the surcharge is applicable at the rate of 25%. Why? Because the income is crossing 2 crore. So now tax is computed as 45 lakhs pay 20%, 2 crore 50 lakhs पे slab rate comes to 62,500. ठीक है, total tax comes to 71,62,500. Surcharge would be applicable at the rate of 25%. Why? Because the income is crossing 2 crore is up to 5 crore. Total tax comes to 92 lakh 17,650. Other income पे guys slab rate लगेगा. Who is saying, Priyanka, who is saying 20%? Very good, Rohit. Very, very good. See, no problem. Answer मत लिखो. Don't waste your time on writing the exact solution. Answer नहीं आ रहा तो please stay. What is going on, guys? Other income tax percentage, other income पे slab rates लग रहा है. आंसर सबका केस 3 तक मैच हुआ. गुड सौम्या. नो रितेश, अभी बस बता रही हूँ. आई एम कमिंग टू इट. स्टेप बाय स्टेप चले तो बेटर है ना. अब गाइस, everyone case 3 तक all sorted because case 4 से the story is changing now. Guys, from case 4 onwards the story is changing. Please, everyone is sorted, clear. चलो, so let's proceed. अभी अगर मेरे को किसी ने बोला ना मैम केस 3 में ये आंसर नहीं मैच हुआ, चलो take 10 seconds more till if answer is not matching. कहाँ पे केविन, कहाँ पे आंसर नहीं मैच हो रहा? 45 lakhs पे 20% तो 9 लाख आ गया. 2 crore 15 lakhs पे स्लैब रेट के अकॉर्डिंग कंप्यूट द टैक्स. ओल्ड रिजीम. टोटल करो 71,62,500 आएगा. सी अगर स्लैब, तभी मैंने पूछा था सबसे पहले कि स्लैब रेट्स के अकॉर्डिंग यू नो हाउ टू कंप्यूट टैक्स और नॉट. पूरा आंसर सही होगा बट अगर टैक्स कैलकुलेशन वुड नॉट कम, एवरीथिंग वुड बी रॉन्ग. 89 lakhs कहाँ, किस में आ रहे हैं? विद सरचार्ज, विदाउट सरचार्ज? आराम से, पेशेंटली गाइस. 2,50,000 तक नील, 2 लाख टू 5 लाख 5%, 12,500, 5 लाख टू 10 लाख 20%, 1 लाख आ गया. ठीक है, फिर उसके ऊपर 2 crore 5 लाख पे यू हैव टू कंप्यूट इट एज पर 30% प्लस 1 लाख 12,500, 62,6,500, 62,500. टोटल 7160 to 500, अब इस पे कंप्यूट इस पे कंप्यूट द सरचार्ज। देखा, सब के सब एवरीवन गॉट कंफ्यूज बिकॉज आई वाज सीइंग कि किसका आंसर सब यस यस क्यों कर रहे हैं। निहारिका, सौम्या, मैंने अभी वो कॉन्सेप्ट समझाया ही नहीं तो सबके आंसर्स कैसे मैच हो गए। दिस इज नॉट राइट गाइस। ठीक है, so everyone who is computing surcharge at the rate of 25%, please show your hands, और वो कह दें कि आंसर इज मैच्ड। ओके, सो नाउ दिस इज द कैच पॉइंट हियर। केस 3 में आई सी, यहाँ पे रूट वन थिंग वेरी पर्टिकुलरली, द मोमेंट the income is crossing 2 crore but is up to 5 crore, surcharge would be 25%, and the moment it crosses 5 crore, the surcharge would be 37%. But the maximum surcharge on certain income, special rate income नहीं, ये 4 income, क्योंकि बहुत सारी special rate income है in the income tax act, but only these on these 4 income, the maximum surcharge is 15%. अब these 4 income कौन सी है, कैसे ध्यान रखोगे? अब देखो simple है, these 4 incomes are either capital gain income, 111A, 112 and 112A। देखो ये सारी कैपिटल गेन वाली है। लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन, शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल गेन ऑन इक्विटी शेयर्स, इक्विटी ओरिएंटेड म्यूचुअल फंड्स एंड यूनिट्स ऑफ बिजनेस ट्रस्ट लिस्टेड, लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल गेन ऑन इक्विटी शेयर्स, इक्विटी ओरिएंटेड म्यूचुअल फंड्स एंड यूनिट ऑफ बिजनेस ट्रस्ट, और जो मार्केट से कैपिटल मार्केट में इन्वेस्ट करके पैसा आता है, डिविडेंड। ये 4 टाइप की इनकम ओनली। If these income are included in your total income, if these income are included in your total income and your total income is exceeding 2 crore, तो ये income पे whatever tax is coming, this income पे whatever tax is coming, the surcharge on such tax would be maximum 15%. The problem starts only when the income is crossing 2 crore, because अगर income जब तक 2 crore है, the surcharge rate is simple, 10% या 15% as the case may be. The moment the total income crosses 2 crore and आपको ये सिखाया जाता है that the surcharge would be 25%, the problem comes where the total income includes these 4 types of income, then the maximum surcharge on the tax of these 4 types of income would be 15%. रीजन क्या था? रीजन समझोगे तो कभी भूलोगे नहीं। रीजन ये था, the moment these higher surcharge rate of 25% and 37% were introduced, people started backing off. People said कि हम इतना टैक्स नहीं देंगे, because पहले हम 30% slab rate के according we are paying the tax, then we have to pay 25% additional. So the Indian market stumbled. They said we cannot pay so much tax, and a lot of people from foreign are investing in the Indian market because of the tax rates. So they said, okay, the people who are investing in Indian markets because of the tax rate, उनके लिए हम maximum surcharge जैसे पहले था 15%, we will keep up that only. We will keep the maximum surcharge to the 15% rate only. We totally agree on that. So government made a rule on whatever capital gain income plus dividend tax is coming, maximum surcharge will be 15% if the total income crosses 2 crore. But बाकी इनकम पे 25% लगे। ठीक है, अब केस 3 में दिस द सेम थिंग हैपेंड। केस 3 में द सेम थिंग हैपेंड, द इनकम was crossing 2 crore. ध्यान से please guys, the income was crossing 2 crore, but क्योंकि 45 lakhs is a income on which they have committed, we will not take surcharge of more than 15%. So they have taken the surcharge of 15%. तो अब 9 lakh पे 15% surcharge लगा, 9 lakh पे surcharge is applicable is 15%, and 62 lakh 62,500 पे surcharge is applicable is 20%, 25%. ठीक है, got it? Because the maximum surcharge which can be applicable on an income of long-term capital gains or capital gain taxable under 111A on 112A और डिविडेंड इनकम, द मैक्सिमम सरचार्ज इज 15%। अब कोई मुझे बोलेगा कि मैम 45 लाख पे तो वैसे सरचार्ज नहीं लगता, नहीं, टोटल इनकम ही देखनी सरचार्ज के लिए। बट अब टोटल इनकम क्योंकि 2 करोड़ से ज्यादा है, सरचार्ज 25% बाय डिफॉल्ट आ रहा है, बट टोटल इनकम 2 करोड़ से ज्यादा है, सरचार्ज 25% बाय डिफॉल्ट आ रहा है। बट क्योंकि कमिटमेंट दिया हुआ है, ये कैपिटल गेन एंड अदर जो 11A एंड 112A एंड डिविडेंड इनकम पे सरचार्ज 15% ही लगेगा। अगर ये चाहे 1 लाख भी होता तब भी सरचार्ज 15% लगता अगर टोटल इनकम हैव बीन मोर देन 2 करोड़। So the problem comes, so the problem comes only when the total income crosses 2 crore. उससे पहले इट इज ऑल कूल, पूरे इनकम पे सेम सरचार्ज है। बट द प्रॉब्लम कम्स व्हेन द टोटल इनकम क्रॉसेस 2 करोड़। तो हमने 9 लाख पे 15% किया एंड 62,62,500 पे 25% किया, ठीक है। दिस इज हाउ योर सरचार्ज गेट मैक्स। दिस सरप्राइज व्हेन एवरीवन वाज सेइंग कि मैम सब मैच हो गया, सब मैच हो गया। प्लीज बी ऑथेंटिक एंड ऑनेस्ट टू योरसेल्फ। आप सबका सरचार्ज मैच हो गया इन केस 3? वेरी गुड केविन। Except Kevin, I did not see anyone coming up with the query कि मैम सरचार्ज मैच नहीं हो रहा। सदाब came later. अब सबका आंसर चार्ज मैच हुआ? नाउ अब केस 3 अगर समझ आ गया, केस 4 में प्रॉब्लम है। क्विकली केस 4 एक बार चेक करो। केस 4 ऑल्सो हैज द सेम सिनेरियो, इनकम इज क्रॉसिंग 2 करोड़, बट यहाँ पे प्रॉब्लम एक आएगी। धीरे एक बार सॉल्व द केस 4, कंप्यूट द टैक्स। ये तो 45 लाख पे 20%, 1 करोड़ 60 लाख पे एज पर स्लैब 46 12,500 हो गए। बट गाइस यहाँ पे सरचार्ज का थोड़ा सा इशू, इतना तो क्लियर है, द मोमेंट द इनकम इज क्रॉसिंग 2 करोड़, 112A 111A एंड डिविडेंड इनकम के टैक्स पे सरचार्ज वुड बी 15%। दिस इज क्लियर। अब एंड यू विल से कि मैम आपने सिखाया था इनकम क्रॉसिंग 2 करोड़ उस पे सरचार्ज 25%, इस पे 25% कर देते हैं। नो, हियर द कैच इज इवन इफ द इनकम इज क्रॉसिंग 2 करोड़, even if, ध्यान से, even if the income is crossing 2 crore, but without the special rate income, it is not crossing 2 crore. It is 1 crore 60 lakhs, है ना? Even if the income is crossing 2 crore, but without special income, it is not crossing 2 crore. तो उस केस में surcharge would not be applicable at a higher rate. It would be applicable at the immediate rate of surcharge, which was 15%. अब आप बोलोगे why so, ma'am? Because simple सा logic है, without the special rate income, the income is not crossing 2 crore. Just because the special rate income is added, it is crossing 2 crore. But special rate income तो अपना छोटा वाला surcharge लेके out हो गया। तो just because of that special rate income, the income is crossing 2 crore. The otherwise it would not have been crossing 2 crore. So why the other income should pay the higher surcharge? Because higher surcharge में वो क्यों fall कर रहा है? 2 crore 5 lakhs में क्यों fall हो रहा है? Because ये दोनों combine हो रहे हैं। राइट, दीज टू आर गेटिंग कंबाइंड। अब ऑलरेडी 45 लाख पे तो 15% है, वो तो अपना साइड हो गया 15% सरचार्ज लेके। जस्ट बिकॉज उसी की वजह से तो 2 करोड़ क्रॉस हो रहा था, अगर उसको हटा दो तो इनकम 2 करोड़ क्रॉस ही नहीं हो रहा। जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस 45 लाख द इनकम इज क्रॉसिंग 2 करोड़ विच वॉज नॉट अदरवाइज 2 करोड़। That's why in that case, higher surcharge would not be applicable. So can I conclude the higher surcharge of 25% would only be applicable when the other income itself is more than 2 crore? When the other income itself is more than 2 crore, which was the scenario in case 3. But the scenario in case 4 में क्या हो रहा है? Total income is more than 2 crore. दिमाग में आएगा कि मैम 25% लगना चाहिए on the other income. But guys, अगर आप देखो other income is not crossing 2 crore. वो क्यों बेमतलब 25% surcharge दे when in actual scenario, just because of the special rate income, the income was crossing 2 crore, और special rate अपना तो 15% लेके चला गया। So why the other income, when in real it is not more than 2 crore, should pay a tax surcharge at a higher rate? That's why इस other income पे भी surcharge would be applicable at 15% only. This is the very important differentiation between case 3 and case 4. इसमें क्या है, दोनों में total income is crossing 2 crore, but the other income is not crossing 2 crore. And since the other income is not crossing 2 crore, the higher surcharge of 25% is not applicable on the other income in case 4. So इस case में surcharge is coming at the rate of 15% on the entire tax. Priyanka, it's thoda sa complex. I'll not say it's so complex. Obviously, when we are doing it for the first time, it is. And in fact, trust me, final के students को भी clear नहीं होता. You just go by the logic and go by the concept. Concept क्या कहता है कि 2 crore से income ज्यादा cross होगा, then we have to apply the surcharge of higher rate. But क्यों मैं as an other income, क्यों मैं higher surcharge दूं जब मैं वैसे 2 crore से ज्यादा cross नहीं कर रही, just because of स्पेशल रेट वाले इनकम से 2 करोड़ से क्रॉस कर रही हूँ और वो तो अपना 15% लेके चला गया, तो व्हाई शुड आई पे हायर सरचार्ज? सो कैन आई से व्हेन एन इनकम इज क्रॉसिंग 2 crore, you have to remember two things. One, on the special rate or income of 112, 112A, 111A and dividend income, you have to apply 15%. And you have to see ki whether other income excluding that is crossing 2 crore or not. If yes, then 25%. If no, then 15%, even if the total income is more than 2 crore. Yes, Soumya. अब इसी लॉजिक से हम केस 5 एंड 6 करेंगे, ठीक है? वेरी गुड रोहित, वेरी गुड केविन, वेरी वेरी गुड. नाउ केस 5 एंड 6 में भी सेम है. Income is crossing 5 crore. So the moment when the income crosses 5 crore, the surcharge is 37%. But on special rate income of 112, 112A and 111A and dividend income, surcharge is 15% max. And other income should actually cross 5 crore. In case किसी को नहीं समझ आएगा, I'll definitely do. Quickly do the tax on case 5 and 6. गाइस, अगर ये टाइम पे प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे और ऑथेंटिक नहीं रहोगे तो नहीं होगा. प्लीज डू केस 5 and 6 क्विकली. Answer is there. You can choose to see the answer or you can choose to be honest.
Ridhima ma'am, good morning.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Can we summarize what we have taught so far from day one, which is this session?
This is the first session, sir, today. And
Uh,
we've been discussing the queries regarding to the first chapter.
can you tell me as a student how to approach Income Tax Act, how to master it, how to learn concepts, how to remember subsections and sections?
So, for an inter-level student, because the tax is introduced to the concept of income tax or the subject as income tax is introduced to them at the first time itself. So, what I say is to take it one step at a time, understand yourself as an accessory and understand yourself as you are earning an income, and take it in parts. Just don't take it all together, ek saath, because then you will see that it's very overwhelming. Better when you're starting to learn income tax, try to take it in parts. When you're doing salary income, take yourself as an employee, understand that yes, I'll be getting different types of uh, so you're on mute. I cannot hear you, so I think now you can say.
See, in the first session, I would like to understand the concepts, overview of the whole syllabus, paper pattern, how to approach the subject, how to get 50 out of 50.
The pure answer to it is actually practicing it. making self notes, do it one by one, as much as the calculations you practice. Because right now, also for an example, we were doing tax rate calculation, and I gave a question to solve, and everyone's like, "Huh, ho gaya," because they were not actually doing it. The moment I checked and I saw that, oh, they did not go to the concept. This is what the lacking is happening in the students also. They just try to see the answer written in the study material, and they said, okay, this is done, acha ye aise aaya, aise aaya. Self practice is missing a lot.
Can
Self
I
calculation is missing a
can
lot.
I interact with the student, Ridhima ji? Can I
Yeah, sure.
interact with the
Yeah,
student?
please, sir.
My query to the students is which attempt you are giving the exam? November 24 or May 25? Anyone can answer. They can put in mute or they can.
Guys, please welcome Dr. Rajkumar Adhukar. He's very willing to try to interact with you all. Please participate.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. And what is your reading on income tax? Yeah, good morning. Please go ahead.
So we have
Yes, it will 100% this exam will happen. So, what is your study? We are in the day after tomorrow. We are starting in the month of May. So we have only four. नहीं रिधिमा जी अभी आप कुछ नहीं बोलेंगी, केवल मैं बात कर रहा हूँ. My request to you is you put yourself on mute.
Okay, sir.
Please put yourself on. Thank you for putting yourself on mute. Now, what is your study on income tax?
So we have completed chapter 1 as per the schedule. From 27th April, we have getting some targets from Sanket Shah sir, and he also tells the pathway how to complete our classes. Through recorded, we have to complete the basic and study material questions, and through online, we have to solve our queries and past year examinations.
See, this course is more of self-study. The classes are there since you have joined live virtual classes. Can you tell me what chapters are there in Income Tax Act for intermediate? What are not there?
So as we go through with the syllabus, we saw basic and residential status, then 5 heads of income, and then income set of charges. Basically, gross total income calculation is in intermediate level.
What about advanced tax deduction, TDS, TCS?
Yes, it's also in the later chapters. Is up to 9 chapters.
When is the next class of income tax?
On Wednesday.
What will be covered there?
Chapter may I know wrong to chapter 2 residential status.
Aparna ji, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Circulated among students, we should write one advisory how they should approach, how they should study before coming to the class. They should study, and whenever a problem like this, what Madam Ridhima is doing, we should share in advance on portal so that student can work on that. So we save a lot of time.
Yes, sir. Will do, sir.
So the whole approach of our study, if there are PPTs, the PPTs should be shared in advance with the students, should be put on, and we must expedite what I had requested, paper on concept, mastering, the summary of the subject, how to understand.
Okay, sir.
Sir,
Any
I have a query.
Please go ahead. Your name, please.
Sir, myself Priyanka Pandey.
Yes, Priyanka. Please
Sir,
put on your video if convenient. Only if convenient. Go ahead with your query.
Sir, it's enabled,
No,
disabled
no.
from the.
I request Epitome to please enable that.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Priyanka, go ahead with your query, please.
सर जैसे कि मैंने फर्स्ट वीडियो देखा था 27 अप्रैल को,
Yeah.
तो वहां पे सर ने गाइड किया था कि टारगेट्स वगैरह आप करने हैं, पर
See,
लाइव
that
लेक्चर.
is Priyanka talk. Let us request to all students talk only of direct taxes paper. That was a subject on accounts.
नो सर, द
Santosh.
इशू इज कि लाइव लेक्चर्स के साथ में रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर्स को कैसे मैनेज करें, क्योंकि वो रिकॉर्डेड लेक्चर्स तो इतने सारे हैं और फिर मैनेज नहीं हो पा रहे हैं.
See, anything, Madam Priyanka, we do one by one. See, all things cannot be done at one go. Like I received an intimation at 7 o'clock about this session. So
Yes,
then
sir.
I tried to study something. I looked at the model paper. I have all the books at me. You know, if you see, all the books in the market are with me. So I was
Yes,
looking
sir.
at those books. So we have to study from the multiple sources. The module is not the Bible of the subject. Lectures are not only the Bible of the subject. We should have a questioning mind. You know, when the Income Tax Act first came, we had 1922. What is the utilization? What is the total collection? How the money is spent? Then we get a idea in general manner ki why income tax is there. We have a GST also. So
Yes, sir.
how GST is collected, how it is distributed. So when we are studying this subject, and Aparna ma'am, I had requested exam to give last 10 years passing percentage subject wise. My request is please follow up for all the subject, not only for direct taxes.
Okay,
That
sir.
will also give us an idea what focus, you know, where the students are not understanding, where our focus should be more.
Okay, sir.
This
So
time, sir, we are.
Priyanka, my request to you is, see, we are a full-time student normally
Yes,
because
sir.
we have 8 months requirement for intermediate, 4 months for foundation.
Yes,
So
sir.
you are completing 4 months after your registration.
Yes,
Because
sir.
then only you are eligible in September.
Yes, sir.
So 4 months the student what? So now also everything is manageable. 4 months are sufficient, but one by one it will happen.
Yes, sir.
So that does that answer your query?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Any other student would like to ask any questions, but please restrict it to direct taxes, left, right, center. We can take general, but I would like to avoid that.
Sir, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Biju.
Yes, I'm from the southern part, Trivandrum.
And therefore, I was requesting the faculties, please speak in English only.
Okay. No. Yes, these sessions we are going to have live lectures or recorded lectures or a mix of both. That is all.
My request, see this, you will get a written notes on portal. Madam Aparna can answer this because she is a faculty from Board of Studies. I am the chairman. So my resolution is every CA student, Ridhima Matt, you also listen this, must. September 24 is my 5th attempt, so we will consider as a first attempt because earlier 4 are not in our control. And if the student is failing, Board of Studies is failing, the chairman is failing. Biju, how many attempts you have given? The student is failing, Board of Studies, the chairman is failing. There is a echo. Biju, how
Sir,
many
September
attempts?
attempt.
Biju,
Hello.
how many attempts you have given?
First, I am an elder student, and this is my first attempt.
I congratulate you. I still give the exams. I am a student of MA
Maybe
Economics,
I may be
MA
the
Psychology.
I may
So
be
which
the,
year you did your BCom?
hey, I'm associated with the CAG of India, so I thought I should have some.
Okay, great. Welcome, Biju sir.
Okay, and I may be the senior most student also in this.
Like Mr. Anand Mohan Bajaj, he's a chartered accountant. He's promoted as a deputy CAG.
Yes, sir, I know him. I am also quite senior in the department.
And there is another person, I'm forgetting.
Ram Mohan Johri.
Yeah, Ram Mohan Johri. He's
Yes.
also chartered accountant. And
Yes,
there are
yes.
other chartered accountants who are IAAS and a CA.
Yes, yes, yes. So, but
Uh,
this is
uh,
my say. Since the practical experience has come to 2 years, it has
yes.
that was one incentive for writing the exam.
Yeah. Earlier 3 years. So at least 2 years sabbatical will be required.
Yes,
Or
yes.
loss of salary.
Yes, sir.
But I congratulate you, Biju sir. You are an example. And my request to you is, please write your number to me, cell number. I am posting my number on the chat box.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
And this is for the information of other students also. I want to interact with each one of you. If you have any query on any subject, any chapter, I want other students, those who have given, say, more than 4 attempts, I would like them to tell us what is their difficulty in understanding the subject.
Sir, I have a query.
Priyanka, please hold on. I want to give a chance to everyone. And
Okay,
now
sir.
my question is, those who have given more than 3 attempts, and September is their 4th attempt, or their May student definitely would not have joined, or those who have given 2 attempts, or 1 attempt. Please come forward.
Hello.
Yes, please. Please be very fast to save time. Madam Ridhima,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
you can carry on with question answers. You must be knowing that 30 minutes is just a question answer.
Yes. Yes, so we were, in fact, today we were discussing the same thing only. We were doing the queries also and discussing the concept part only.
My request is folded and request. Since there are 30 minutes for question answer, 2 hours
I'll
should be
take that.
purely on explaining. So
Okay,
2
sir.
hours we should not make question answer, because there is a 30 minutes reserved for question answer.
Okay, sir.
So please go ahead with question answer session.
Okay, sir. Any other, I think anyone wants to discuss, or shall I take it forward now, sir?
Sir,
You
may
take
I
it
ask a query to CA
Yeah.
Aparna Chauhan?
Please ask.
Then I want to know that is this live lectures are regard only doubt sessions and question solving, or this will cover also the concepts and chapter after some time?
So naturally, yeah,
Yeah,
ma'am.
you answer. If you can answer, Didima.
No, I think you would be better. Please.
Yeah, dear students, actually, in this case, now what we are doing, the recorded sessions are also relevant for the September examinations. So whatever be the topic, first that you have to view the recorded session, and regarding that recorded section, the live class will be there. So explaining the concepts which you are not able to, in the doubts, if you are having any doubts, revising that, or summarizing that concept to you, and in the last 30 minutes, you can raise your doubt to the faculty. Right. So first of all, you have to view and understand the concept from the recorded classes, which is being there on the portal. You have to go through it carefully, understand the concept, then practice it from the study material, whatever be the examples, illustration, explain in those classes, you can practice also from the study material. Then the faculty, the concerned faculty will come and explain and summarize the concept what we have been provided through the recorded sessions. Then you can ask the queries, whatever be the doubt you are having, you can ask the faculty to explain those doubts. In that way, you have to proceed with the study this subject. Am I able to explain you?
Shadab, is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you. It's clear now.
One by one, please. Does anyone
Hello.
have any doubt on this?
Ma'am, can you please explain that part? Capital gain assessment with surcharge you are saying.
Abhi, the question which we were doing?
Yes.
Yeah. So, shall we start now? Aparna ma'am, anything to add on?
Priyanka again asking the same query, how to manage the recorded classes along with his live classes. See Priyanka, for example, this live class is for your basic concepts. So the timetable, whatever the schedule we have given here, we are clearly specifying that this date on last on Sunday, we have specified that the recorded session will be uploaded on the website. You have to go through those recorded sessions, right? For basic concept, with the date was for recorded session is Sunday, yesterday. Right. So today for that topic is now today we are covering the topic, summarizing the concept and taking your queries. So in that way, you have to proceed with the further subjects. For example, residential status and scope of total income. The recorded session will be provided to you on Wednesday. And then for that, the live class will be be there explaining that concept to you. Right. In that way, you have to proceed and do the recording along with the live classes. Right, Priyanka? I hope every student understand. Regarding that, we will also upload a note that how you are going to manage the recording classes along with the LBC classes. As the chairman sir said you, we will upload a note where we will provide you how to manage both the things.
Yes, ma'am, understood.
Yeah.
I think that would be better, ma'am.
Any other student want to ask anything? You can ask me.
Good morning,
Ma'am,
ma'am.
just one little thing, ma'am.
One by one, please, huh? One by one, so that there would not be any echo and problem. Yeah, please. Who is asking? Please name. Can you name yourself?
Ma'am, Shadab Ali. I'm Shadab Ali. I want to know, ma'am, how many recorded lectures are expected from us to watch in a day?
One only. For particular subject, one recorded lecture. See, whole schedule is uploaded on the BOS portal for April month, in which accounts session is there, then income tax. So one session, recorded session in a day, and after subsequently the live classes will be there for that recorded link. Yeah, definitely. We will provide you that link. It's on the BOS knowledge portal. You have to log in through your registration ID. Then BOS live schedule is uploaded on the that portal.
Ma'am, I think today when I was taking the topic, everyone was saying only one lecture of basic concept is uploaded, other lectures tax rate wala is not uploaded. Is that so?
That I will check it again.
Okay.
Accordingly, we will manage. Let me check it, because both the sessions, because today since we are covering basic concepts, if there are two topics, two recorded sessions are there, then both you have to, on first hand, you have to view both the recorded session for that topic and then the live classes for that topic.
Basically, the live class will happen after all the recorded class of that particular topic. Is that correct?
So Rohit is clearly saying that all the three sessions were uploaded on the portal. So
Yeah,
you
but
have to
some
go
said maybe
I
some have
will
not
again check.
watched.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
you are not clear with that. So we will again check and we'll let you know how you do, right? There were three lectures for. Okay.
Hello, ma'am. Yeah, all classes is Zoom and the apps.
Yeah, all doubt sessions, you will be allowed to join at Zoom link. So Zoom link will be provided you through their knowledge portal only, BOS portal, where you have to log in. Then you will be getting the this Zoom link.
Hello.
Yeah.
I'm Say Dimple Goyal. Students, Zoom link will be there in the schedule also, the schedule which is hosted on the BOS Knowledge portal. In that schedule, Zoom link will be there also. so that you can join the query classes for query for each chapters. You can join the session through Zoom link. The Zoom link will be there in the schedule itself.
Agreement. नहीं मुझे पूछा 9:30 बंद करवाना
Ma'am, there are certain queries on the chat box also. Christian and Ritesh. Ritesh has a query that. Parna ma'am?
Live class schedule is there for the month of April, and very soon we will be uploading the schedule for May month also.
Any other doubt, guys?
I have one doubt.
Yes.
What is this batch 1 and batch 2?
Hello, sir. This is CA Dimple Goel, sir.
The Kishan's query is there, batch 1 and batch 2.
Yes, sir. Sir, I am CA Dimple Goel. Sir, actually, batch 1 is for that batch which was held for May 2024 batch. For that exam, the classes which were scheduled, that is batch 1. And now we are having these classes for September 2024 batch. So we have named it as a batch 2.
Sorry, please do not say batch 1 and batch 2.
Okay,
Write, November, May
Sure, sir.
24 and September 24.
Sure, sir. We will do that, sir. We will mention
And
the
put
examination.
everything in writing. So chairman also would like to understand as a student
Okay, sir. We
what
will
is
change it,
happening
sir.
there are no clarity what is happening. What subject? The whole timetable should be there on the portal.
Sir, actually, April schedule is already hosted on the portal. For May,
April is over, madam.
Yes, sir.
I
May will
want
be
the
hosted
whole
by today,
schedule,
sir.
April, May, June, July, whatever is there.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Answer the question of Omkar.
Sir, I'll do that. But just one more question is there for Swati regarding this only. It's a good advice also, Dimple ma'am, that please provide the recorded lectures 2 days prior so that they can come up with the queries in the live classes.
Yes,
This
students.
is a welcome suggestion.
Yes, sir.
Why
Yes,
2 days prior? Dimple, my request is all recorded lectures should be available.
Okay,
They
sir.
are recorded lectures, so they should be available in one go.
Okay, sir. We will do that,
If
sir.
my study is fast, why I should wait for another thing? I can finish my study in 2 days, 3 days, whatever is my way of study.
Yes, sir. It's a good suggestion, sir. We will do that. We will upload
And
all
don't
the
put
recorded
yourself as a student. Then you will come to know what we should do. All this rationing, control, app, these are not good for education and sharing method.
Sir, all recorded sessions are available for providing them more clarity. Now we will be doing chapter wise clearly and specifying that these are for September attempt.
And put to all council members. As a chairman, I don't know
sir.
what it.
Sir.
1 minute. Anyway, I'll offline we will talk, Aparna ma'am, and this will be for all subjects. Offline we will talk, Aparna ma'am, and
Okay, sir.
And ask Epitome why there is a echo.
Hello, sir.
No, it can't be. Ajit, it can't be that way. We are in control of our Zoom. Students are not in control of our Zoom. If after so many sessions, if we don't know how to control Zoom, it is very surprising. If after so many sessions, if we don't know how to control Zoom. Aparna and Dimple, please carry on the question answer session.
Okay, sir.
Omkar, I'll come to it. Ma'am, Anoop has a question. All the recorded lectures have to be accessed from batch 1 itself, which are uploaded for May 24. The answer is right. Yes?
Yes.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello, ma'am.
please ask your query.
Yeah, please name yourself and then please ask your query.
I think you have to unmute yourself first.
Hello, ma'am. My name is
I think you have
Rasmi
to
Kumari.
unmute yourself first.
Yes, yes, ma'am. My query is, may I give you exam September 2014. What? Let. Yes, ma'am. My query is, may I give you exam September 2014.
Technical team, please check on. There is a lot of echo. Please check it again.
I think
Because
they're viewing on
whenever
two devices. That's why the problem is coming.
Ma'am, myself Yashashwini Mishra. My question is there, ma'am, if there is a doubt regarding, so how can we ask after a lecture?
there is a on BOS portal. You can raise your ask your queries through ask your query app, right? That icon is there on the BOS portal. You can raise your query, whatever be the doubt relating to the subject, you can ask, and then definitely faculty, we are the faculty BOS will be going to reply you.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Any question particularly regarding classes or anything else? Else we'll move on to the topic and questions regarding the prep of the examination.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. This is Anup.
Hi, no.
Ma'am, yesterday it was scheduled for basic concepts, ma'am, 29th April. And there were 3 lectures, ma'am. And today is the live session, ma'am. So we could not complete all the 3 lectures. It is of 2.5 hours. So how to deal with it?
Ma'am, basically
So,
the concern is that they got the lectures, I think, uploading yesterday only, and the query session happened early. So what we can do is, ma'am, I'll take the queries today. In case you have any query which is left unanswered after viewing all your lectures, you can drop it on, as ma'am told, on the app box, or whenever my next session is there, we can take it later if you want to discuss it through the live session. How about that?
See, students, now chairman sir already suggested that we are going to provide you all recorded sessions of all the subjects for which are there for the September attempt. So accordingly, we will allocate the live classes also, keeping in mind that how much time we are allowing you to view the recorded session. Accordingly, we will schedule the live classes, right? This is the first day, so might be we could not realize it, but from the next class, definitely we will take it your concern and accordingly schedule the live classes for the particular topic. Okay.
Okay. So we are also constructively taking all the feedback. In case or be any other thing you have, please feel to drop in. Okay. Yeah.
मैम फार्म बिल्डिंग का जो एग्जांपल है लास्ट में जो 9 किलोमीटर का है और 15 लाख पॉपुलेशन है, वो एग्रीकल्चर इनकम कैसे ट्रीट किया गया है?
वो इसलिए ट्रीट किया गया है क्योंकि वो रूरल लैंड एक तरीके से नहीं हो रहा. The thing is, when the population of the cantonment is more than 10 lakhs, anything which would come within in that cantonment and within the 8-kilometer radii would be a rural part, and hence उसमें जो होगा वो would be an agriculture urban part, and उसमें जो होगा that would not be treated as farm building since it is beyond 8 kilometer. That's why it is treated as farm building, which is considered to be an exempt for the purpose of agriculture purpose. ठीक है? Agriculture है तो.
उसके पहले का जो एग्जांपल है 8 किलोमीटर और 10,50,000 पॉपुलेशन है, उसे कैसे ट्रीट नहीं किया गया है कि वो एग्रीकल्चर इनकम नहीं है?
क्योंकि 10 से ज्यादा है, दोनों केसेस में 10 से ज्यादा है, बट जो 8 एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम इन द सेंस एग्जेम्प्ट फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ 10-20 फॉर द पर्पस ऑफ 2-1A, वो 10 से ज्यादा है दोनों का पॉपुलेशन, बट जो 8 किलोमीटर के अंदर आ रहा है दैट बिकम्स एन अर्बन पार्ट. इसलिए वो फार्म बिल्डिंग जो उस एरिया में आएगा या उस लैंड पे आएगा would not be treated as a exemption purpose for the agriculture purpose, but beyond 8 kilometer है वो माना जाएगा until and unless it is falling in under any other radar.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
हेलो मैम मैम
Yes.
जो कंडीशन है जो 1 किलोमीटर 2 किलोमीटर 10 किलोमीटर ओनली अप्लीकेबल फॉर अर्बन एरिया
आपको फॉर द वो समझाने के लिए आपको ऐसे रखना है, इफ इट इज एक्सेस टू लैंड रेवेन्यू देन फार्म बिल्डिंग विच इज ऑन अ लैंड विच इज टैक्सेबल अंडर एनी लैंड रेवेन्यू, या जिसपे कोई ऐसे लैंड रेवेन्यू टैक्स है, उस पे वॉट एवर फार्म बिल्डिंग इज कमिंग देयर दैट वुड बी कंसिडर्ड टू से वॉट एवर इनकम इज कमिंग देयर सॉरी वुड बी कंसिडर्ड टू बी exempt. But if suppose the land is not accessible to the land revenue, then you have to see it through the municipal cantonment and radii area. If it is falling within that municipal cantonment or within that radii area, then it will not be considered income from that particular farm building would not be considered to be exempt for the or it would not be considered as an agricultural income and would be considered exempt. इफ इट इज बियॉन्ड दैट एरिया दैट मीन्स वो उसको अब ऐसे याद करो कि वो अर्बन एरिया में नहीं पड़ रहा, उसी एरिया में उसके बियॉन्ड पड़ रहा है, देन इट वुड बी कंसिडर्ड टू बी योर फार्म बिल्डिंग का इनकम विच कैन बी कंसिडर्ड टू बी exempt अंडर द एग्रीकल्चर पर्पस पार्ट. ओके.
ओके मैम थैंक
Now
got
back to the question of, I think Omkar has asked it multiple time, and Aman also, that how to make revisionary notes and stuff, and then we'll go back to the calculation which we were doing. Simple sa hai. See, revisionary notes obviously teachers provide. The basic thing is whenever you are studying any particular section, this is how I used to do is I used to write 3-4 main pointers of that particular section, which would be the flags which I have to consider while doing the points, which would be the checkpoints. Just say, for example, if I'm doing 115 BAC or if I'm doing tax rates, then I have to remember that these are the slab rate, number one. Number two, what are the Motamati exemptions which are not there? Number three, I have to remember the surcharge rate. Number four, I have to remember this thing while calculating rebate. And then side me, I used to say refer illustration number so and so for a quick revision. This is how I used to memorize it. Now, suppose if I'm doing depreciation, for example, or detailed topic, section 32. So what all the conditions there? The condition is ownership, the condition is 180 days wala, put to use wala, all those things. So all the points which I have to check while doing a question, wo sare checkpoints I used to write. Obviously, rates and all those things would be handy or would be very much practical to remember when you are doing it multiple times, because the syllabus is voluminous, but it is not difficult. It is actually not difficult when the concept is right. So try memorizing those short points, checkpoints in your notes. Ki haan, this thing has to be remembered, this thing has to be clear. Additional depreciation की main points कि ये check points है कि additional depreciation में second hand machinery का point I have to check. I have to check whether the SSE's plant is SSE is into manufacturing or not. So all these points basically I have to check, which can be summarized in one page. Refer an illustration or refer a quick question to remember it if I forget the calculations, and that is how you can prepare the notes of it. Coming to the sections. How to memorize sections. See, eventually, ICAI also expect you to memorize section, but correctly memorize it. If you are not very sure of the section, try avoid to write those sections. If you are very much sure of the section, write the section. If you're very much sure of the subsection, then only write it. If you're not sure कि additional depreciation का कौन सा section है, write section 32 for just depreciation. If you're not sure about other deductions में कौन सा particular, suppose मेरे को बोनस का डिडक्शन लेना है तो वो कौन सा सेक्शन है, राइट, सेक्शन 36. So first try memorizing it. What I used to do, I used to write all the sections at one place, and I used to stick at a wall where I would go off and on and check it daily, so that by continuously seeing it, it went into my subconscious mind. Then probably once in a while, I used to ask my friend, okay, let's discuss the section number. This is how you memorize it. Sab kuch ek sath mein if you'll do, obviously you will forget a lot of things. The idea to do only the tax is do it step by step, but do it correctly. If I'm doing PGBP, make sure that I'm doing it PGBP from all aspects, from study material, from previous paper, from RTPs. All the questions are done. Instead of hurrying up with the syllabus, best thing is do an approach. Whatever I'm doing it correctly and in all aspects, with notes, with questions, everything at once. Okay, these are the small techniques. If anyone of you want to add on, more than welcome.
Ridhima, you well explained it. One thing, students, these section numbers are actually the things when you are practicing it And when you are reading the provision, you have to read along with the section number reference. For example, certain sections are such that when you are quoting those sections, ultimately you will get to know what provision is there in that particular section. For example, chapter 6 deductions. There are relevant sections, section 80C, 80TTA, 80D, 80E. There are such sections. Now, when you quote these sections, 80TTA, it talks about interest on saving accounts. So whenever we are talking about 80TTA, it immediately click in your mind, yeah, it relates to interest on saving account deduction up to 10,000 rupees. So when you are reading the provision, where you are understanding the provision, you have to read it along with its section number. It makes your study more effective and interesting as well. Right? This is the way you have to read the law. For example, TDS provisions. Ultimately, without knowing the exact number, it is really difficult to remember the provision, what is there in that particular section. For example, if you are talking about 194M, 194M, when the 194M will be applicable. You have to see when 194C, 194H, 194J are not applicable, then you have to go to the 194M provision. So these sections are such relevant section, very important section, that you read these sections by naming it, along with the section numbers, you try to understand the provision. In that way, it would be easy for you to remember those sections. But definitely, students, we always advise students, in case if you are not properly remembering the section during your examination, do not write the wrong sections. If you are remembering it properly, then only you write it. Otherwise, so please remember, but try to learn the provisions along with their section numbers. Okay. One more thing, students, I am noting here that many of your participants have joined the Zoom meeting without writing their names. Please, students, specify your name, because you are writing your queries in the chat box, but we are not able to follow it, because we are just seeing that it's written Samsung, Xiaomi, and many such kinds of names are written. So it's requested to all of you, please join the Zoom meeting along with your name, clearly specifying your name. Okay, please do it. Yeah, many of you have joined.
Name and registration number also.
Yeah, please.
Maybe which exam they are giving, September 24, January 25.
Yes,
it
sir.
will help us to
mentioned.
tell about the amendments or something, like in June or July we may have the finance bill.
Yes,
and
sir.
if it is passed 6 months prior to January exam, it will apply, things like that.
Yeah, that's really a good suggestion. Even that is in my mind also. And recently I have noted in the chat box that students are asking for January 25 attempt. See, students, for at presently for the January 25 classes, this is for September 24 classes. And for January 25, you please wait for some time. We will be specifying you about the relevant assessment year notification. What are the relevant assessment applicable for January 25 attempt would be there. Most probably, as of now, the assessment year, that is your assessment 24-25, would be relevant for January examination. But still, I will suggest you to wait for some time regarding those classes. We will be notifying you very soon whether these classes would be relevant for you, or we are coming out with another classes for live classes for the January 25 attempt. Okay.
Strongly request students that please join the classes. Please do your study for January 25 also. Because there is a 8 months study. That means already we are studying for these. We have enrolled for January 25. Well, begin is half done. The story of hare and tortoise we have learned. We have seen that tortoise ultimately wins the race, though hare is much faster than tortoise in running. So please study maximum time. This should be your first goal to pass the exam. First goal, immediate goal. We should continuously tell our mind that please, this is my goal. Let me focus on this. Everything else, money goal, family, that can be taken care of. But we must learn to be mindfulness and focusing and concentrating and having a positive thoughts, positive attitude. Yes, whatever exam I am giving, September 24 or January 25, I am passing in that exam. Don't say that no, if September 24 it will not happen, I'll give January 25. That we will see when the September 24 result will come. But as on today, our preparation is that we are passing the exam which we are. See, the rank strategy, everything first happen in the mind and then in the reality. So if we are expecting a rank, think that you are having a rank list is out, and the preparation for rank or for the normal exam is the same. For the rank, we have to study every second which is available to us. After taking care of our health, our hobby, entertainment, positivity. I got first rank AIR 1 in May 81 exam, intermediate. As soon as I got the result, I said, anyhow, I will get a first rank in final. So I started preparing that way. And I got AIR 6. So if we are prepared that way, we will get the rank. So there is study from more books. See, module is not the Bible. And various other books, questions should be addressed. Omkar, what is your query which is not answered? You can unmute and tell me. Aja, how many notebooks should we maintain? How to make the last minute revision notes? And what should be our revision schedule for entire taxation syllabus? My request, Omkar, is make only one notebook and you decide the number of pages, 40 pages, 100 pages. And if I was a student, I would have, for me, the starting point for any study is the syllabus and the model paper. Because model paper gives me what type of questions will be asked. And syllabus gives me a boundary. But if something is required to study more than the syllabus, I would do that because I want to understand the subject. Like say, for example, there is a chapter 6, which is for filing return and self-assessment. I would like to know, what happens after the self-assessment. There is a first appeal. And then there is a second appeal to the High Court. And then there is a third appeal to the final court, Supreme Court. And when I will study, like before me, there is an Income Tax Act. There are 298 sections. There are 14 schedules in the Act. Then there is also rules which contains the forms. So like when we file income tax return, there is a specified form. When there are TDS, there are a specified form in which the certificate is given to the giver of the money to whom the TDS certificate is given. So, sir, can we get chapter-wise questions? Yes, you can get. I need to study module again, but there must be questions chapter-wise. There are books which gives the chapter-wise questions. Anup is asking what other reference books. I, as a student from 11th standard onwards, used to purchase all books which are available in the market. See, we invest so much money. The money spent on education is investment. It is not an expenditure. And each author has some specialty. They explain the subject. This 9:52. Aparna and Dimple, I think the session was up to 9:30, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Sir, we
We will not extend. I will answer this query as last query and then we will take it forward subsequently.
sure, sir.
Only module is sufficient to cover the syllabus and get the rank? The answer is no, no. And the way we understand the subject, Our mind is our central processing unit, CPU. What is artificial intelligence? It is a machine learning, deep learning, and then taking a decision. What is human intelligence? Same thing. We study syllabus, module, then deep learning. Deep learning will happen with other subjects. Okay, all the future chartered accountants, dear students, please focus on the exam. See the opportunity cost. If I miss one attempt, 4 months, my expected salary is 10 lakhs per month, because that is the my value I have decided. So I am losing 40 lakhs if I miss one attempt. Plus, I am deferring my goals, other goals for 4 months, maybe another study, maybe doing something else. So please focus on study. Thank you very much. Over to the BOS faculties and our
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for guiding the students. Since the time is 9:30, we have to close this session. And definitely, whatever your queries, you can write to us also. And in the next class, please pile up your queries. And the faculty will definitely give you time to resolve all your queries. I think we can, Ridhima, you can conclude and explain them. Conclude
So
the session.
basically, ma'am, we were discussing the tactics only, and the sheet which we were doing, we can share it with them so that they can practice it. From that sheet, if there are any other questions, we'll discuss it up in the next class. What's it?
Yes, we can discuss. Definitely, whatever sheet you are explaining them, we will upload for them on the portal. Please regularly follow up the portal. Everything is available on the your BOS knowledge portal, right? So please follow it properly, and you will be guided there with the every your doubt will be clarified through this. Communication channel is our portal. So please follow up that portal regularly. Right? We
Done.
have to now conclude it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you so much,
Thank you,
students.
sir, for joining us. Thank you
Yes.
all.
Thank you so much. See you all next.
Yeah, we can close the session.